Good afternoon and welcome inside People's Bank Park as it has finally arrived. The playoffs are here and we are ready for Game 1 between your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs on the road against the second half Freedom Division winners, the York Revolution. Brandon Belanda here alongside my partner Tim Lillis. Tim, Blue Crabs have known that they are in the playoffs since all the way back on August 14th. A tough second half for the team. They went just 28-42 on the second half after a 39-31 performance in the first half of the season. York, completely different track. They struggled early, picked it up late, but they did only know that they made the playoffs as of this Saturday. So a little more preparation for the Blue Crabs, not coming off of quite as good a streak. They have lost 6 in a row. The Revs have won their last 2, the clincher on Saturday, and they won the final game of the season Sunday. So Southern Maryland 67-73, York 68-72. We talked about it a little bit earlier. There's a couple of keys for the Blue Crabs to win this game tonight on the road. They are slightly better on the road, 35-37. But what are the big keys for you on what the Blue Crabs have to do to get off to a good start in this series behind Gabby Hernandez?
Really watching this team all season long and looking at the numbers, you have to score first if you're looking to have the best opportunity to win this game and any of the games here this postseason. The Blue Crabs are 43-23 when they score first this season, which obviously is a tremendous advantage. Next to that, they need to look at scoring 3 or more runs. Obviously, the more runs you score, the more likely you're going to be able to keep the other team down. But 3 or more runs is the number. It's the big number that keeps them in the winning circle at 49-17 this year, an even better percentage. And really, at the end of the day, they if they out-hit their opponents in general, they're going to have a better chance of winning. Again, these are all basic numbers, but at 48-18, for example, out-hitting their opponents, that's a pretty dramatic difference. And so this offense has been stuffing a little bit in the second half, been having a hard time keeping the core on the field. But by now, they've gotten the majority of guys back. Guys are healthy. They've had rest the last couple weeks of the season under manager James Frisbee. I think that's an opportunity to turn some of those pieces around, turn those hit totals around, those runs scored totals around. And let's see if we can get our best foot forward here in the playoffs after being able to take that last few weeks to get healthy and get ready.
Blue Crabs are finally healthy. We'll run through the starting lineups for both sides real quick. Southern Maryland first, the visiting team. Third baseman Jose Lozada will lead off. He'll be followed in the 2 spot by second baseman Nate Sampson. The left fielder L.J. Hose will bat third. Designated hitter Michael Snyder in the cleanup spot. Devin Rodriguez, the first baseman, bats fifth. Corey Vaughn will bat sixth in center field. Edwin Garcia has dropped slightly. He will bat seventh and play shortstop. We've seen Edwin in the number 2 hole for the majority of the year. Number 8 hitter is the catcher, number 32, Luis Allen. As you hear the crowd get excited about the York Revolution being introduced, but to round out the lineup for the Blue Crabs, batting ninth, right fielder Zach Cohn, and on the mound, pitcher of the year candidate right-hander Gabby Hernandez. On the other side for the Revolution, managed by Mark Mason. Leading off for them, left fielder Alonzo Harris. Right fielder Jared Mitchell bats second. Ruby Silva bats third. Telvin Nash will bat cleanup and play first base. The designated hitter is Michael Burgess. The catcher is Isaiah Tejeda. He will bat sixth. Seventh is all-star center fielder Travis Witherspoon. In the 8th spot is shortstop Ryan Dent. And batting ninth is third baseman Chase Simpson. And that is the lineup behind right-hander Jay Goss on the mound for the Revs. Pitchers duel to be expected. Hernandez 11-4 with a 2.80 ERA. Goss 10-4 with a 3.67. These two have pitched well against the other team, though. Goss 2-0 with a 3.60 ERA against the Blue Crabs this year. And on the other side, Hernandez is 2-1, but with a 2.13 ERA against the Revs this season. So that's the starting lineups for both sides. As the introductions come to a wrap, we prepare for the final part of this pregame ceremony. So we'll step away and take a break here, and we'll be back with first pitch next time you see us on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Brendan Belanda back here inside People's Bank Park as the Blue Crabs are ready for game 1 of their trip through this Atlantic League postseason. They returned to the postseason for the first time since 2015. That year they won this Freedom Division Championship, ended up losing the finals. Still in search of that first Atlantic League full season championship. The feel in the locker room is that this team has the right mix of pitching at the top and the bats in the middle of the lineup to get the job done. It's going to be a tough road for the Revolution as Gabby Hernandez gets the ball tonight, a top 5 pitcher in the league. Daryl Thompson gets it tomorrow. He's been an all-star, a top 10 pitcher in the league. And then Brian Grenning was the winner of the all-star game and another top 10 pitcher of the league throughout the year, struggled as of late, but at any point Grenning can click back and toss a complete game shutout.
I think with only several games left in the season, regardless of how it goes, you've got these horses coming out of the starting rotation, 3 of the best in the league, guys who are veterans. I think there's nothing but the best that we can throw at any one team, whether it's York or in the next round. That's the best chance you have is these 3 pitchers.
The way I said it to the guys earlier is 6-4 over your next 10 games is not that hard, and that's all it takes to get a championship.
Yes,
warm-ups are done. Jay Goss is on the mound in the windup. Jose Lozada's in the left-handed batter's box, and the right-hander winds and delivers. First pitch fastball misses high, 1 ball and no strikes. Goss 10-4 on the season with a 3.67 ERA. He made 19 appearances, 16 starts for the Revolution on the regular season as he's now behind 2 balls and no strikes to Lozada. We saw Lozada miss Saturday and Sunday after jamming his thumb on a foul ball. Goss gets across a fastball in the outside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. Both him and Edwin Garcia missed the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, after some injuries on Friday, but are back to full health, or as much as full health you can have after 140 games for tonight's matchup. Slow roller down the first base line off the bat of Lozada. Goss bends over, doesn't quite touch it, and will now pick it up in foul territory. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think it took everything that the big pitcher Goss had to avoid running right into Jose Lozada trying to watch that ball. It was a near collision if that ball had stayed fair for even another moment or so.
You mentioned big pitcher in Jay Goss, listed at 6'2", 260 pounds out of Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina. The right-hander has an interesting story. We'll go through some of his background as the game goes on. Plenty of time. He's not going to be lifted after the first inning. Nate Sampson, the second baseman, awaits on deck as Goss winds for the 2-2 and delivers. Fastball up out of the zone. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is just the second time we have broadcasted on the road this year. First time, or was also in York, so back here. As Goss winds for the payoff pitch to Lozada. Fly ball out towards shallow left. Alonzo Harris will come in a couple of steps and camp under that one to get the first out. But I would call that a productive out from Lozada. Although you would like to see your leadoff man get on base. That's what you want to do, really, is see everything he's got in the repertoire and make things happen so that the guy on deck gets a good look at his pitches.
Yeah, and especially in this case, Sampson's new to this league, coming over from the American Association. He's never seen Jay Goss, and he definitely needed the opportunity to get a couple of – oh, that ball
almost caught
almost
Sampson.
hit him. He couldn't have seen that coming regardless of what Jose Lozada did for him in the first at-bat.
Yep, Goss went straight inside with a fastball there and almost caught Sampson, but he got out of the way, so 1 ball and no strikes. Sampson has not seen Goss, but he did play in the last series against the Revs in the regular season. As this one's popped into shallow right, Jared Mitchell, the right fielder coming on, will make the catch. 2 up, 2 down for Goss. Defensive alignment behind the right-hander. Alonzo Harris in left field, Travis Witherspoon in center, Jared Mitchell in right. Across the infield, left to right, third baseman Chase Simpson, Ryan Dinn at shortstop, Ruby Silva at second, Telvin Nash at first, and behind the dish, Isaiah Tejeda. As 2 outs, bases empty for the Blue Crabs left fielder. L.J. Hose digging into the box. He missed 2 weeks, but returned for a couple of games in the final series of the season against the New Britain Bees as he takes fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
That's another opportunity that the Blue Crabs had to get some of these guys extra rest. And obviously, they didn't want to rush Hose back in the second half with the playoffs already secured. Gave him every opportunity to get healthy. And knowing that he is such a veteran, positive part of this team, both on offense and defense, they had to make sure he was ready and able. And he has shown since he's come back a lot of those same traits that he has since he's been on the team.
After fouling off the 1-0, the 1-1 ripped down the third baseline, just foul, says the third base umpire, Richard Katz. Umpiring crew tonight, Dave Speranza behind the plate, Katz at third, Derek Moshe at second, and at first base is Jorge Teheran. Goss winds for the 1-2 and delivers. Fastball up out of the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Although Hose is hitless since his return to injury, 0 for 6 in those 2 games. He has had some good looks at the plate. Goss now winds and delivers. Curveball misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Blue Crabs doing their best to make Goss work in the first inning.
Doesn't take long for a veteran like Hose to get himself back into his flow and feeling his
3-2 pitch fastball elevated. Hose chases out of the zone, and he is down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down for Jay Goss. Blue Crabs made him throw a lot of pitches, but that's all they can show for the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Gabby Hernandez heads to the mound. He'll face Alonzo Harris when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey, this is Cody Hebner, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join me at select Saturday home games throughout the season as the Blue Crabs light up the night sky with post-game Saturday night firework extravaganzas. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Blue Crabs fans, the Blue Crabs are celebrating their 10th anniversary season in 2017, and they can't do it without you. Join the team all season long for special giveaways and ongoing 10-year tributes with group tickets starting at just $10. Regency Furniture Stadium's spacious and modern amenities include 16 luxury suites, an all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion with a great view overlooking left field, and the Legends Club, which can host your event of up to 160 people for a game or anytime. Call today at 301-638-9788 to speak with a sales executive or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Joe Gannon on being voted by fans as the starting pitcher for the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Gannon made his professional debut in 2002 before signing with Southern Maryland in 2008, where he went 12-6 with a 3.17 ERA in his debut season with the team. During this campaign, he was named Atlantic League All-Star and Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year. Gannon appeared in 100 career games for the Blue Crabs, collecting 26 wins, including his 12-win season in 2008.
Hey, this is Mike Snyder, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Brandon Belanda back here inside Peoples Bank Park alongside my broadcast partner tonight, Tim Lillis. 1-2-3 inning for the Blue Crabs started off the game, but they did make Jay Goss throw 14 pitches, and now right-hander Gabby Hernandez on the mound to get things underway. And he goes up and in on the first pitch to Harris, who backs out of the way. 1 ball and no strikes. Hernandez right in the discussion for Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year as he kicks and delivers. 2-seam fastball on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's 11-4 with a 2.80 ERA.
And
hold that thought 1 second as he winds for the 1-1. That one swung on and missed. go ahead with.
His last regular season outing was against Somerset. Took the on September 5th. He took the loss, 5 innings, 4 earned runs, and 8 hits, 3 walks, struck out 4. But he's looking to rebound from that tonight after a little bit of break, a little bit of extra rest by manager James Frisbee to get him back and ready for the postseason.
Hernandez was struggling with inflammation in his right elbow, was shut down after that September 5th start as he winds and delivers line drive towards short. That's up over the head of the leaping Edwin Garcia and cut off in center field by Vaughn. A leadoff hit for the Revolution as Alonzo Harris is aboard. A good start for them. Hernandez says his exact number was he is at 92% fully recovered from that right elbow inflammation coming back tonight, and I believe that 92% of Gabby Hernandez is enough to beat nearly anybody in this Atlantic League. He's been spectacular this year. 150 strikeouts. That ties the Blue Crabs' single-season record, which was set by him last year. He's to the stretch right away, though, with a good runner on first as Harris gets a good lead. Hernandez delivers a fastball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Need to be careful of Harris over at first. He has plenty of speed. A lot of these Revolution do, but Harris leads the way with 31 steals. Luis Allen does have a good arm behind the plate, though, as Hernandez with a long look in at Allen now sets at the shoulders for the 1-0 and delivers. This one down in the dirt. That's going to get away from Luis Allen. And we'll head to the side. Harris will take the opportunity to jog into second. A wild pitch from Gabby Hernandez. His 11th of the season. Tops on the team. And just like that, the Revolution have a man in scoring position. A 2-0 count and nobody out.
Well, it could have been worse with Alonzo Harris having had 23 home runs on the year. At least we kept him to a single, and now he's only now in scoring position.
Harris, another person well in the running for Atlantic League Player of the Year. In my opinion, Kyle Roller leads the way for Somerset, but Harris is right there. We'll see if maybe Mitchell is squaring to bunt here. He is not, as he's swinging on the 2-0. Popped up to shortstop. Edwin Garcia is underneath it and makes the catch, and it turns out my idea would have been better. If he would have sacrificed bunt there, you've got a man on third with 1 out for the big boppers to come up and try to get a sacrifice fly. But instead, an unproductive out number 2. And Harris will remain on second. 1 out for second baseman Ruby Silva.
If you're talking about the Revolution offense, you really want to get them to 2 outs, regardless of who they've got on base. They hit 20 points less with the runners on but 2 outs. So it's obviously statistically favorable to get that second out, and that was a good pitch executed by Gabby Hernandez.
Silva digging into the box, a .379 average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs in just 7 games. This is his 7th start, 8th appearance since joining. He was a pinch hitter in his first game with the Revolution back earlier this month and hit a solo home run in his pinch hit opportunity.
He's taken good advantage of his opportunity with the Revolution this year.
The first pitch to him hammered towards deep center. Vaughn on his horse. That's going to get off the wall. Harris had to hold. He'll round second now. Silva rounds second on his way to third. He'll dive in. Harris will score an RBI triple for Ruby Silva. And just like that, the Revolution strike first as Alonzo Harris does what he does best and comes across to score a run for York, and they take a 1-0 lead. Harris, 90th run scored of the season, tops in the Atlantic League. And that'll bring in a big issue in Telvin Nash, 282, 16 home runs, and 39 RBIs in just 48 games.
2 things there that stand out to me is that Silva, that was his first hit with a runner in scoring position in 2 outs, in his brief time with the Revolution.
Just 1 out, unfortunately, right there.
Oh, there you go. And secondly, I like the big issue as a nickname for Telvin Nash.
Fastball misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. Telvin Nash, for those math whizzes, 16 home runs in 48 games. A pretty good number. That's 1 every 3 games. So you can pretty much, at that route, guarantee Telvin Nash will hit a home run at some point in this series. Hopefully Hernandez keeps him in the yard here as he goes outside with the 1-0 pitch. So 2 balls and no strikes. Hernandez might be pitching very carefully to Nash. First base and second base are open. A double play threat in Michael Burgess is on deck. Not much speed from the first baseman / designated hitter. Hernandez sets for the 2-0 and delivers. This one misses outside as well. 3 balls and no strikes. Hernandez struggling here early. You mentioned prior to the game, one of the big keys for the Blue Crabs was scoring first, 43 and 23 when they score first. However, when the opponent does, they're just 24 and 50. So not promising start for them, but can easily recover still as the 3-0 from Hernandez. Nash with the green light, swinging and foul tips it off the catcher, Allen. A little surprised there early in the game that he got the green light.
I mean, Telvin Nash is probably the most dangerous, or at least one of the most dangerous hitters in this lineup in this position. And, early on, yeah, you're surprised to see him swinging at that. But obviously, as a veteran, he sees what he sees. And you can't fault him for swinging at a pitch here, trying to, put a chokehold on the Blue Crabs early.
Hernandez sets for the 3-1 and delivers. Fastball catches the inside corner. Nash was headed down to first, but he'll have to step back in the box. A good 2-seamer there from Hernandez. That's his main fastball. He does throw a straight 4-seamer, but not as often. He likes to go after the outside corner to righties, sit it on the left-handed batter's box line, and have it tail back late. Also features a changeup and a curveball as he sets for the 3-2. A curveball it is, as that one swung on and fouled down the third baseline. Nash was sitting on a fastball out in front of that one.
Yeah, Nash definitely wasn't expecting that 2-seamer inside, and regardless of how questionable or close that pitch was, he was definitely expecting it to keep tailing in. Home plate umpire didn't agree.
Crisp 84 degrees here in York, Pennsylvania tonight. A muggy day, not much wind, as Hernandez sets for the 3-2 once more. Goes right back to that curveball, swung on and missed. And Nash is down on strikes. The 151st strikeout of the year for Gabby Hernandez. He leads the Atlantic League in strikeouts ERA. And he started the season in the 5th spot in the rotation. Has worked his way all the way up to the ace of the squad. With his 11 wins, that ranks 2nd in the league, and we mentioned leading in ERA and strikeouts. The Blue Crabs are 16-7 on the season when Gabby Hernandez gets the start.
It's all due to a lot of effort, and obviously as a veteran, he knows exactly what it takes for him to perform at his best.
Michael Burgess in now as Hernandez blows the fastball by the designated hitter and gets ahead of the batter. No balls and 1 strike. Hernandez making his 116th career appearance, or 17th, career appearance for the Blue Crabs in his 6th season with the team. Sets for the 0-1. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez, 31 years old, 6'4", 225 pounds, out of Miami, Florida. The infield has shifted Burgess to pull. Garcia is just to the left of the second base bag. The second baseman, Nate Sampson, is out into the outfield grass, and a big hole down the third baseline left by Lozada. Hernandez sets for the 0-2, looking to strand the man at third. Delivers a fastball. That one jams Burgess, but he fights it off foul and stays alive in the at-bat.
Just from a visual perspective, it's clear that Hernandez, if he's executing his pitches, has the advantage over Burgess because he's coming from such a high perspective, a high angle at that 6'4" frame, and Burgess is a bit of a shorter guy, and that ball cannot look good. It has to look about 5 miles an hour faster coming out of his hand.
Burgess 5'11", 220 on the line. 0-2 pitch once more. Hernandez tries to paint the outside corner with a fastball, but leaves it out a little bit too much. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think he hit his spot there, though. It looked to me like Luis Allen had set up on that right-handed batter's box line to the lefty Burgess and was trying to get him chasing one that was tailing out of the zone. He goes inside with a fastball here as Burgess thinks about it, but able to hold back 2-2.
Practically the same place he threw that first pitch fastball that he got Burgess swinging on, so that's probably not a bad idea there.
So count evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A man on third here in the bottom of the first as Hernandez sets and delivers. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Allen digs it out of the dirt and tags Burgess to end the inning. Hernandez responds to the RBI triple with back-to-back strikeouts, but he does allow 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the second. Blue Crabs trail 1-0. But when they come back up, 3 straight All-Stars, Michael Snyder, Devin Rodriguez, Corey Vaughn, due up when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Celebrate.
Did swings at the first pitch. That one's popped up, back out of play, foul. No balls and 1 strike.
Shows you the difference in the 2 at bats. The Revs hit that ball to deep center field. It scored or drove in the run, and Devin Rodriguez has the same idea, and it just comes up a little short. Fielder was able to get to it, and it could have been a whole different ball game.
Vaughn takes low here, 1 ball and 1 strike. Count evens up. This is part of 3 straight All-Stars. At one point, it was 4 straight All-Stars in the Blue Crabs lineup. As Vaughn goes the other way, that is right at Jared Mitchell, who will make the play for the second out. Unfortunate placement there for Vaughn as his struggles continue. It now comes down to Edwin Garcia to do something with the leadoff single. I'd imagine it would take a ball over the fence for Garcia to score Snyder from first. This is a decent-sized ballpark, but not very big. It's only 300 down the line, 325 down the right field line.
Very imposing left field wall, though.
We have the mini monster back in Southern Maryland. They have a giant green monster here as Garcia takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Goss sets at the belt for the 1-0. He kicks and delivers. Garcia with a roller down the third baseline goes out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. We apologize any technical issues we may be experiencing at the moment. We are working to fix those as we speak. Hopefully you are still with us and we are still with you.
Really is a testament to Garcia's play this year, how he's been able to move around the lineup.
Garcia swinging here as that one will go foul. Absolutely what you said. We've seen him bat leadoff and second for a lot of this season, but he's also been all the way at the bottom a couple of times. 7, 8, and 9. He's appeared in all of those. He digs back in with a 1-2 count. As Goss sets at the belt, a look at first, now delivers. Breaking ball, that one off the outside corner. Check swing, that's sent down to first. No swing, says Jorge Teheran. That one was very close. The left side of the Revs infield started to walk up. Goss sets now for the 2-2 pitch and delivers. This one off the end of the bat towards shallow center. Weatherspoon coming in as he will camp underneath it and make the catch. That will retire the side, so nothing doing after the leadoff single. Blue Crabs put up no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Hernandez back to the mound for the bottom of the second when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
The season's almost over, but that just means that it's time to book your next corporate, family, or holiday event in Regency Furniture Stadium's spacious and luxurious Legends Club. Catered group events for up to 160 people can easily and quickly be booked for almost any reason all off-season, including holiday parties. Call the group sales department today at 301-638-9788 for more info or to schedule your next event.
The Blue Crabs would like to thank Domino's Pizza for their sponsorship for the 2017 season. Be sure to try Domino's new stuffed cheesy bread or their oven-baked sandwiches, featured on their 2 for $5.99 menu. To find a location near you or to place an order online, please visit www.domino's.com. Domino's Pizza, the official pizza sponsor of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
At their location at 173 St. Patrick's Drive, Grill 13 makes it easy to enjoy their Irish fare and great drink specials every day. At Grill 13, they believe in good food, good drinks, good people, coupled with extraordinary customer service and cleanliness to make you feel part of the family. Whether lunch, dinner, or a round of drinks after the long workday, visiting Grill 13 is always a great experience. Feel free to come relax with family, friends, or even fly solo with a premium cocktail. Our handmade pulled pork, fresh wings, bangers and mash, or any one of their tasty dishes. Then indulge in one of Grill 13's famous premium handmade Sugar Lips desserts. Call 301-645-2983 or visit grillwithane13.com.
Hey, this is Cody Hebner, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Back inside Peoples Bank Park as Gabby Hernandez back to the mound for the bottom of the second. He'll face catcher Isaiah Tejeda to lead it off. Hernandez gave up one in the first, an RBI triple off the bat of Ruby Silva, scored Alonzo Harris, but he responded nicely with back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Tejeda takes first pitch fastball inside. No balls and one strike. The Revolution catcher now takes another fastball inside. That one misses this time. Hernandez tried to go back to the same spot, but left it too far inside. The count evens up 1-1. Tejeda hitting .300 on the season, 17 home runs, 78 RBIs, as Gabby Hernandez winds for the 1-1. That misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tejeda in his 7th professional season, second with the Revolution, as he takes a big cut on a 2-1 off-speed pitch, fouls it back to the netting, 2-2.
Got a traditional catcher's build, but he definitely is more of a proficient hitter, as he just ran off some very impressive numbers hitting in the middle of this Revs lineup.
As Hernandez winds for the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses low and away, and the count runs full. As impressive as this season has been for Tejeda, last season was even better. He hit .356 for the Revolution, including an impressive 28-game hitting streak. As Hernandez begins to wind for the payoff pitch, Tejeda calls time and steps out, so Hernandez will begrudgingly step off the back of the mound and reset as well. Both are ready now as Gabby Hernandez winds for the payoff pitch and delivers. Fastball misses low, and Tejeda works a hard-earned walk. And he will head down to first. A rare walk for Gabby Hernandez, as he's given up now just 40 this season. That'll bring in the center fielder, Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon, a good season for the Revolution, 275, 8 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 19 stolen bases. Hernandez with a long look in at his catcher, Luis Allen. Now in the stretch, comes set at the shoulders and delivers. Witherspoon squares to bunt and pulls back. 1 ball and no strikes. Witherspoon has hit well against the Blue Crabs, a .278 average, a home run and 7 RBIs. He's 24-72 against Southern Maryland. He takes 1-0 outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
Doesn't look like the third baseman is distracted by that bunt attempt early in the at-bat. Let's have to see if that comes back to work in anyone's favor.
Lozada is playing on the grass as a fastball is taken on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike, excuse me. So Lozada was crept in at the very beginning of the at-bat. He hasn't moved as he's standing on the edge of the grass. Witherspoon does have good speed, so you got to be careful if he does square to bunt. 2-1 fastball outside as Hernandez continues to struggle with the command a bit. We've seen a pair of full counts and a number of 3-ball counts to this point as well.
And some of those swinging strikes you got in the first inning were actually favors done by the Revs hitters as he checks the runner at first. They weren't necessarily strikes in themselves. Perhaps they were where he was trying to locate them, but you have to question where his
Hernandez
mechanics.
definitely needs to keep an eye on the pitch count. He's a high-volume pitcher, lots of strikeouts. As the 3-1 line down the third baseline, that's going to head towards the left field corner. Hose will play it off the wall. Tejada on his way to third. Throw comes into second. Witherspoon slides in safely. A double for Travis Witherspoon, and the Revs are back in business. Second and third with nobody out, and the veteran shortstop Ryan Dent on his way to the plate.
Next up for the Revolution, your shortstop, number 17, Ryan Dent.
Dent in his 11th professional season, first with the Revolution, hitting .266 with 5 home runs, 46 RBIs as he heads to the plate. 10 of those 46 RBIs have come against the Blue Crabs this season.
He's the ultimate utility man. He's played every position but catcher in his professional career, so he's a valuable member of this Revs team, and hopefully Gabby can try to get him to roll into something here, try to keep this run from scoring.
Hernandez sets and delivers. Then he comes right inside, and that's going to catch Dent on the back, and Dent will head down to first. Hernandez throws up an apology, and Dent accepts and will head to the bag. So the Blue Crabs in a little bit of trouble here as the base is loaded, nobody out, and Chase Simpson coming to the plate. That will bring out James Frisbee, the Blue Crabs manager, for a conference with Hernandez. Chase Simpson, with the bases loaded, for those that don't know, is relatively familiar to everybody in this York Revolution ballpark, as Simpson is the one that pretty much iced this Revolution second half Freedom Division Championship. He came up to bat in the bottom of the 7th on Saturday in an 8-7 game with the bases loaded against the Lancaster Barnstormers. The Barnstormers needed to sweep the series. The Revs just needed 1 win. And with the bases loaded, 1 out in that inning, Chase Simpson hit his first grand slam of the season and opened up a nice lead for the Revolution that they obviously held on to and are here today. So Simpson put that game on ice. Hernandez is going to hope for a different result with Simpson up to bat here. The conference has ended. Frisbee headed back to the dugout. So Hernandez will turn his attention back to Simpson. A line drive down the line here. That gets out of play.
That grand slam that Simpson hit against Lancaster was the 5th grand slam that the Revs had this year, and hit to a tune of 310 as a team with the bases loaded. So this is a very important spot for Gabby.
Simpson himself has come through twice. He's 2 for 3 with obviously the grand slam, which is 4 RBIs, but he has 3 on his other hit as well. Hernandez sets for the 0-1. That fastball misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. You can't really let this get too far out of hand. Although the Blue Crabs offense has been fine throughout most of the season, as of late, they've really struggled with the bat. Just 1 run in each of their last 3 games in that final series against the New Britain Bees. They put up 1 in each of those matchups en route to getting swept by the Bees. They got swept by the Revolution prior to that. 6-game losing streak coming into play.
And some of that can be attributed to some of the changes made to the lineup, trying to get some guys some extra rest. But it is true. There's been a serious issue with trying to get a couple extra runs scored. Like I said, we want to get around 3-4 runs a game to try to be in a healthy position to win.
Hernandez looking to keep out of trouble. The middle infield in double play depth. The corners are even with the base as he winds for the 1-1. It's a slider. Allen drops to his knees and slides over. A fantastic stop from the catcher there. Saved the second wild pitch from Hernandez. And most importantly, kept Tejada at third.
I don't know what was more impressive, the stop by Allen or his clear understanding of everyone on the base paths, his body language. He was staring down the man at third as if to say, you're not coming anywhere near home plate.
Hernandez looking for the ground ball. As I mentioned, the middle infield willing to trade the run for 2 outs. The corners not so much, as they're going to look for a 5-2-3 double play if it's hit to third. 2-1, a changeup, a little bit elevated, but somehow catches the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes, undoubtedly not where Gabby Hernandez wanted that changeup to be.
Bored in on the hands, though, the hitter Simpson, so it definitely wasn't anything he could do anything with, but the umpire called that for a called strike, and it still did the job.
So count evened up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now would be a great time for Hernandez' third strikeout of the game as he winds and delivers. Simpson jumps on that one well out in front and shoots it into the York dugout as the players over there scatter for safety. Hernandez on the season, 150 strikeouts coming into play today in just 141 innings. He's picked up 2 in the first inning. If he could pick up 1 here and get himself within a ground ball of finishing the inning, that would be an ideal situation for him with the dangerous Alonzo Harris on deck.
That's the difference between a veteran pitcher like Gabby going out there trying to get out of trouble and someone with less experience. He knows exactly what he needs to have done here.
A long look in before he steps off the back of the rubber, and Luis Allen will run through the signs once more as they look to get on the same page in a very important pitch early in this ball game. Hernandez now on the same page with Allen, comes set, and delivers 2-2 curveball, swung on and missed. A huge strikeout from Gabby Hernandez, retires Chase Simpson. That was an ideal spot there for Hernandez, but this still brings up a little bit of an issue. We said he's a ground ball away from getting out of it, but it's got to be a patented ground ball, as actually the middle infield comes in about halfway. Garcia will backtrack now, but Harris can fly down the line. We mentioned it in the first. He's a real threat on the base pass. A real threat everywhere. 315, 23 home runs, 73 RBIs, 31 stolen bases, and a league-high 89 runs scored, all coming into play today. He added to that run scored tally already.
It's hard to believe that a man with as much speed that Harris possesses is only 2 home runs on the season behind Michael Snyder, who is not a prototypical fast player himself. He's very much a prototypical power hitter. So that just shows you the dual threat nature of Alonzo Harris's game. But Blue Crabs infield has to remember the force out at home here is probably their best friend.
I would imagine so. Harris tied for 4th in the league in home runs as he takes called strike on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. So it's not very typical that you see somebody tied for 4th in home runs and then also in the top 10 in stolen bases, but Harris has definitely made a splash here in his first year in the Atlantic League. He comes over from the American Association. He hit .307 with the St. Paul Saints last year, and his 43 stolen bases led the league. 0-2 curveball. Hernandez tried to get Harris chasing, but wisely holds off.
Looks like Gabby's willing to play with those corners, as we spoke about earlier, and home plate umpires letting him nibble more and more in that right outside corner into the left-handed batter's box, so it might be where he needs to go with one of his next out pitches.
He sets for the 1-2. Allen does set up on the outside corner as Hernandez goes after it, but that one stays outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. What's really amazing me right now about Gabby Hernandez is his willingness and confidence to throw that curveball in pretty much every situation right now. Their bases are loaded. There's a runner on third. If he misses that by inches, it's a pass ball or a wild pitch. He goes to the curveball here. Fly ball towards shallow center. Vaughn has a fantastic arm. He'll set up behind it. Catcher running at third. He'll make the play. The throw will come in to third as Tejada will come across on the sacrifice fly. Vaughn didn't even give it a chance at the plate. Probably a wise decision as he had to back up a little bit. But the RBI from Harris on the sacrifice fly will put the Revs ahead 2-0 here in the second inning.
And we've now seen two examples, one of a good out with that runner on third and another opportunity that the Revs squandered in the first with an infield fly. So there, it's a perfect example of the difference just a few dozen feet make. If that ball had been hit just to the shallow infield, we'd be talking no run yet.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to Alonzo Harris. He dug in on his first, swung out of his shoes, almost fell over in the box. Gave it another ride on the one-strike swing as Hernandez winds and delivers fastball high to Jared Mitchell. But then with 2 strikes and the bases loaded, Alonzo Harris took pride out of the way and said, I've got to get this runner home. He choked up. He tried to go the other way. He found a gap, and it was deep enough to score. Vaughn has a fantastic arm, but that was 350, 360 feet away from the plate. He didn't have a chance, and not willing to let Travis Witherspoon tag up on an errant throw or ignorant throw. He made a good decision, in my opinion, to hold the runner at second. 1-0 curveball low, and 2 balls and no strikes. A huge lead out at second for Witherspoon.
Blue Crabs infielders not holding Witherspoon, but with 2 down here, trying to keep everyone's attention on getting that final out to get out of this inning.
Witherspoon has fantastic speed, though. I would want to hold him relatively close to the bag and give your outfielders a chance, but he's getting halfway to third every pitch. Garcia creeps in now as the 2-0, a fastball, just misses the outside corner. 3 balls and no strikes. That one.
Just as soon as you think you understand where the home plate umpire tonight's got the strike zone, you're you're left guessing, and I'm sure Gabby's thinking that on a few of these pitches as well.
It appears to be the right side of the plate, as that one was on the left side. So Hernandez now sets for the 3-0 pitch and delivers. A green light once again on a 3-0 is fouled off. We saw the green light to Telvin Nash in the first inning, and he did the exact same thing as Mitchell just did. So Mark Mason is coming out guns blazing here, sending the green light to anyone towards the top of his lineup, but these are 2 of the best hitters on the team.
Yeah, it's pretty scary how some of these best hitters in the Revs lineup do well in these crucial situations like runners in scoring position. Mitchell's no different.
3-1, a fastball swung on a missed. Allen pops up and pump fakes to second. That'll send Witherspoon scrambling back as he slides into the base despite no throw and no one covering, so just a warning signal. But now with 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs, the runners will get a head start. So a single will score at least 1. A gapper. Dent has decent speed at first. Not great by any means, but good enough. Hernandez looking to limit the damage as he sets for the 3-2. Runners off, and the pitch is shot through the hole on the right side. Witherspoon will be waved around. Dent on his way to third as Zach Cohn will pick it up in right field and toss it into the cutoff man. An RBI single from Jared Mitchell, and the Revolution have put up 2 in the inning, and they're taking hold of this game early. 3-0 the score here, and we're just in the bottom of the second. Definitely not the start you wanted to see from Gabby Hernandez. You wanted to see him get in that patented rhythm and start pounding away early, but instead he struggled as he's given up 2 in the inning and not even out of it yet.
Perhaps the worst is that, it might not mean a lot, but he's giving up a lot of, pitches per at-bat. He's being worked long into the count, and so all these at-bats are taking more and more out of his overall total here for the night. We can expect from him.
First pitch to Ruby Silva is an off-speed pitch that catches the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Silva was swinging on the first pitch he saw of the night in the first. shot a triple to deep center over the head of Corey Vaughn that allowed Alonzo Harris to score from first. So Hernandez this time mixes it up and goes with the off speed before now showing him a fastball, and it worked as Silva was behind that one and now fouls it off, no balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, you've seen how aggressive this young hitter is. He clearly wanted to try to catch him off guard here in this second at-bat. That's the veteran in Gabby.
Hernandez has had more command of his curveball today than his fastball, in my opinion, as he's placed that right where he wants. The fastball has been all over the place and gotten him in trouble as he goes to the curveball here. Runner off from first. That one right there, but called a ball. Luis Allen stuck it and held it there for an extended period of time and allowed Speranza time to tell him no a couple of times. So Mitchell steals second. He's in scoring position. Second and third, 2 outs. A 1-2 count to Ruby Silva as Hernandez will have to bounce back right away from what he felt was an inning-ending curveball.
I can't decide if that was a veteran play by Mitchell at taking second base, or if that was just good timing, because I mean there was no way that Allen was going to be throwing down trying to get that third strike call.
1-2. Hernandez goes with the fastball. It's errant once again as it comes low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mitchell was off right away on the pitch. I think he was just trying to get into second base and make the infielders on the left side make the long throw across the diamond and potentially put himself in a situation to add to the lead on a single. He has great speed out there. Fantastic athlete, Jared Mitchell. As the 2-2 curveball swung on and missed, Hernandez gets the strikeout anyway. His second of the inning, and that will retire the side, but the Revs add 2 more in the inning. They do it on just a pair of hits. A walk and a hit by pitch come back to haunt Hernandez as no errors and 2 men left on base. Blue Crabs down early. Luis Allen, Zach Cohn, and Jose Lozada due up in the third when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey fans, be sure to join us at the ballpark every Tuesday home game for our new Tuesdays. During these games, concessions will be offering fans $2 pretzels, popcorn, and peanuts. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
With their new location at 3016 Waldorf Marketplace in Waldorf, Grill 13 now makes it even easier to enjoy their Irish fare and great drink specials every day. At Grill 13, they believe in good food, good drinks, good people, coupled with extraordinary customer service and cleanliness to make you feel part of the family. Whether lunch, dinner, or a round of drinks after the long workday, visiting Grill 13 is always a great experience. Feel free to come relax with family, friends, or even fly solo with a premium cocktail, our handmade pulled pork, fresh wings, bangers and mash, or any one of their tasty dishes. Then indulge in one of Grill 13's famous premium handmade Sugar Lips desserts. Call 301-645...
Count evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A man on third here in the bottom of the first as Hernandez sets and delivers breaking ball. Swung on and missed. Allen digs it up. Blue Crabs 10-year team. Lopez was drafted in the 6th round of the 2003 MLB Amateur Draft by the Tampa Bay Rays. Lopez signed with Southern Maryland in 2010 where he hit .274 with 7 home runs and 7 stolen bases in his debut season. Lopez was also named an Atlantic League All-Star in what proved to be his final season with the team, 2012. In 285 career games for the Blue Crabs, Lopez collected 20 home runs, 106 RBIs, and 26 stolen bases. Blue Crabs need to respond here right away as we head to the third, a 3-0 deficit. With the bottom of the lineup coming up, 8-9-1 due up. Luis Allen leads it off and takes a fastball on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Goss has been good to this point. He's allowed just 1 hit, a single to Michael Snyder, as Allen with a chopper down the third baseline. That'll get on the other side of the foul line where it's fielded by Simpson, and Goss is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez took 34 pitches to get through that second inning. You mentioned briefly, Tim, that they were working the count, not jumping on first pitches. And the Revolution have done their job and run Hernandez pitch count way up. They would love to get to this bullpen early if they have the opportunity. 0-2 pitch outside of the zone, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Goss seems to have pretty good command of that fastball tonight, and obviously at this point he's kept Blue Crabs hitters guessing, so they got to start to get on these fastballs, try to get something going.
1-2 misses outside as well, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goss has painted the corners all night and kept the Blue Crabs off balance as he winds for the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. A beautiful front side curveball, and Luis Allen is retired. First out here in the third, second strikeout of the night.
Goss painted the outside upper edge of the zone, or just outside the zone with fastballs, and then brought that big curveball in. There was no chance.
That'll bring in the number 9 hitter, Zach Cohn. Cohn digging into the right side as a first pitch breaking ball. Cohn way off balance out in front of that one. No balls and 1 strike. Cohn hitting .242 with 10 home runs, 46 RBIs on the season. He's struggled mightily in the second half as he swings and misses once more. No balls and 2 strikes.
For as much as it matters, Cohn hits .275 this year against York, and he hits .255 on the road. Most of his home runs doing most of his damage on the road, so maybe a play into his hands here.
0-2 misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As he's swinging here and fouls it off out of play, and the 1-2 count will hold.
In fact, speaking of Cohn's success against York this year, his last home run came against York on the 13th of this month, so he obviously has been able to catch up with something.
He checks a swing on an elevated fastball here. I don't think he went around, and neither does Jorge Teheran at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cohn does have 5 home runs against York this year. That's the most against any team for him on the season. Half of his home runs have come against the Revolution. 2-2 pitch, a fastball, swung on and missed, and Cohn is down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts start the inning. And 2 up, 2 down. That'll flip the lineup back over to the top. Jose Lozada digs in. Lozada worked the count full to start the night, but flew out to left field. The third baseman, Simpson, has crept in case of the 2-out bunt from Lozada. So Goss winds and delivers. It's a change-up, then misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Lozada himself has hit pretty well against York this year to a .333 clip. He's got 18 hits on the season against York.
That one, a fastball misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 is hammered towards deep right, but Lozada out in front of that one as it had plenty of distance, but goes well foul. Lozada not much of a home run hitter. He has just 5 on the season, especially from this side of the plate. Just 1 of his 5 have come with the switch hitter against right-handers. A little bit of a pause there, not sure why, but we're ready to go now as the 2-1 is delivered. A fastball off the plate away. 3 balls and 1 strike.
If I'm Lozada here, I'm going to try to get back to basics here as the actual leadoff hitter and try to get some pitches out of Goss, try to see if we can get something going.
3-1 misses outside, and Lozada is aboard. with the walk. First walk issued by Goss, as Lozada will head down to first and extend the inning for Nate Sampson, who has been spectacular for the Blue Crabs since his acquisition. He's hitting .316 with 4 RBIs, but he does have 4 multi-hit games. As time is called, the catcher Tejada will head out. 4 of his 9 games have been multi-hit this season.
Yeah, the former Cubs draft pick in Sampson has been really a shot in the arm for the Blue Crabs offense this second half. Obviously, pretty much the last quarter of the year is all he's really been a part of the team.
Sampson, a veteran bat, 12th professional season. His first in the Atlantic League. He was acquired by the Blue Crabs from the Sioux City Explorers on September 7th as he's swinging on the first pitch. Simpson's throw is offline. Nash will come off and tag the runner. Telvin Nash saves an error, and that will end the inning. So we head now to the bottom of the third. Blue Crabs still trailing 3-0. Hernandez back to the mound, trying to settle in when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Don't forget, kids, every Sunday is Kids Day at the ballpark. Bring the whole family out to the ballpark and enjoy a pregame autograph session with the Blue Crabs players. Free admission to Pitch's Playground, and postgame, kids run the bases. For more information on this or any other exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com, or you can call us at 301-638-9788.
TN Bose Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to present Fans for Our Fans at Regency Furniture Stadium this 2017 season. When the temperature at game time is expected to be a scorcher, TN Bose will do what they do best, keep you always the right temperature, by providing hand fans to the first 200 guests entering the stadium that day. Learn more about their technologically advanced AeroSeal duct sealing procedure online at tnbose.com. TN Bose, for all of your air conditioning and heating needs.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs want to congratulate Casey Benjamin on being named as the second baseman on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Benjamin was signed out of Tennessee Technological Institute by the Texas Rangers organization, where he made his professional baseball debut. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2010, where he hit .304 with 20 home runs in 112 games. Benjamin played in 327 career games with the Blue Crabs, hitting 54 home runs and driving in 209 runs over his 3 seasons with the team. Gabby Hernandez back to the mound here in the bottom of the third. He struggled to this point as the Blue Crabs trail 3-0. Hernandez with a dangerous part of the order. Telvin Nash leading off, swinging on the first pitch. Fly ball out towards left. LJ Hose on the run will make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Just the start you want to see from Hernandez here. He enters this inning with 56 pitches on his count. 22 in the first and 34 in the second. So somebody that you wanted to see go late into the game is in danger of not being able to do that. He has 15 quality starts in 23 outings this year. It's going to take a tough effort the rest of the way to get to that 6 innings and not allow another run to get a quality. He's also thrown 5 innings or more in every outing but 2 this year. Taking all the way is Michael Burgess to start this, as he didn't want 2 pitches, 2 outs. So Hernandez gets ahead, no balls and 1 strike. 0-1, a broken bat on a changeup. That one's popped up towards second. Sampson is there. And 3 pitches is what it took Hernandez to get 2 outs. Moving very rapidly here in the third. Hernandez, when he settles into a rhythm, is one of the quickest pitchers in the league. rivaling New Britain's Kyle Simon as one of the fastest I've seen. But when he's struggling, you can tell he'll walk around the mound, he'll clean his cleats off every other pitch and try to find ways to slow himself down. He's doing that so far tonight. So we'll see if he can get into a rhythm moving quickly as Isaiah Tejada digs in. He checks a swing on the first pitch, but a called strike anyway. No balls and 1 strike. Tejada is 0 for 0. He walked in his first at-bat with a run scored as he takes another fastball called strike on the outside corner. He came around to score on the sacrifice fly from Alonzo Harris. That was the second run in the ballgame for the Revs, the first in that second inning. Hernandez ready for the 0-2, kicks and delivers curveball as he threw that right where he wanted on the back of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's gotten a couple of batters to chase that, but he threw it twice to Tejada in his first at-bat, and the catcher laid off. Hernandez winds and delivers 1-2. This one's shot towards the left side. That's going to get through into left field. And Tejada will extend the inning with a single. Hernandez took just 3 pitches to get through the first 2 batters in the inning, but Tejada's single will bring up Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon doubled in his first at-bat. Witherspoon came around to score as well on a Jared Mitchell single. This all coming last inning. Tejada with a small lead off of first, not much speed. He does bluff towards second as Hernandez delivers a fastball on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike on Mitchell. Tejada is 2 for 4 in stolen base attempts this season. Hernandez sets and delivers. This one popped up straight back over the press box. No balls and 2 strikes now. Hernandez has found command of the fastball. We talked about it last inning. He was all over the place with that pitch early, but now he's starting to find the corners here and set up that devastating breaking ball that he uses as a strikeout pitch. If I had to guess, that's the pitch we're going to see right now as Hernandez steps off the back of the rubber. That actually makes me reconsider what I said. I imagine Luis Allen called for the curveball, and Hernandez shook it off. So we'll see if Allen gets his way as Hernandez sets for the 0-2 and delivers. It's a changeup, swung on and missed, and Hernandez is out of the third. It took him just 11 pitches. He gives up the single, but no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. He looked good that inning. Hopefully he can keep it moving, but the Blue Crabs offense is going to have to come alive at some point. Heart of the lineup coming up, LJ Hose, Michael Snyder, Devin Rodriguez, when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands, prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
Hey Blue Crabs fans, this is Justin DeFreitas. For all my grocery and deli needs, I head over to Nick's of Clinton. Nick's of Clinton aims to offer a unique shopping alternative to the larger grocery stores while providing a family-oriented experience for all their customers. Nick's of Clinton, the official hot dog and sausage sponsor of Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Eric Crozier on being voted by fans as the starting first baseman on the Blue Crabs 10-year team. Crozier was originally drafted in the 41st round of the 2000 MLB Amateur Draft by the Cleveland Indians and made his MLB debut in 2004 with the Toronto Blue Jays. While in the major leagues with the Blue Jays, he collected 2 home runs in 14 games in his 2004 debut season. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2008, hitting .265 with 13 home runs and 10 stolen bases that season. He appeared in 279 career games for the Blue Crabs, collecting 44 home runs and 149 RBIs in 3 seasons.
Hey, this is Rob Carson, and you're listening to the Blue Crowds Baseball Network.
Back inside People's Bank Park as L.J. Hose, Michael Snyder, and Devin Rodriguez, 3-4-5, due up in the inning. Hose leads it off as the count 1-1. We apologize for difficulties getting back on in between innings. As Goss delivers a breaking ball, this one misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Hose 0 for 1. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He worked the count full. An elevated fastball was swung through to end that 1-2-3 inning. Takes a change up on the inside corner here, and the count evens up 2-2. Goss has looked good to this point. We mentioned he had a relatively interesting story as the right-hander winds for the 2-2 pitch. Hose goes the other way, a grounder towards second. Silva picks it up and fires on to first. 1 out in the inning. Tim, give us a little more background on Jay Goss.
Well, he was a 25th round draft pick by the Cleveland Indians in 2010. Didn't sign there. He was going to go to college. He attended Pitt Community College, had a torn labrum in high school, so he ended up redshirting as a freshman. Then he went to Walter State Community College, where he led them to a JUCO World Series berth. Then he ended up going to Faulkner University, leading them to an NAIA World Series berth.
He winds for the first pitch to Snyder. High drive towards left center. Center fielder Witherspoon going back at the track. That one's out of here. A solo home run from Michael Snyder. His 26th of the season, and the Blue Crabs are on the board. The big man comes through with the solo shot, 3-1, as they try to fight their way back into this game. Snyder, of course, gets the job done. Who else but Michael Snyder?
Yeah, absolutely. The offense really needed that spark. Hopefully that's what it takes to get some longer at-bats, some more hits, some more contact, and perhaps find a couple holes.
I did mention, however, that I have been to this park once this season, the only away game I broadcasted. Blue Crabs lost that matchup. They only scored 1 run in that game, and it was a solo home run by Michael Snyder.
So not good omen, but
so I'm hoping for a completely different result.
It bears mentioning.
As Rodriguez with a ground ball down the right side foul, 0-1. Does bear mentioning, Blue Crabs were swept in that series by the Revolution. They scored 5 runs in those 3 games. As Rodriguez swinging here, fouls off 0-2. So you mentioned the World Series, NAIA World Series appearance. What else you got on Goss?
Yeah, so after just absolutely dominating in his NAIA experience with Walter State, or beg your pardon, Walter State Community College, or Faulkner University, I beg your pardon. He was then drafted by the Astros in the 10th round of the 2014 draft.
That pitch swung on, hard hit grounder goes foul. So he went to the Astros 10th round pick in that 2014 season, went to low A ball.
Yep. And then after, in only his first year, he suffered from dead arm that pitchers all over the world are apt to occasionally run into, where their arm just doesn't respond to the way it usually does.
0-2, Rodriguez checks a swing. That one misses low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I was talking to a couple of the guys that have followed Goss, and he lost 15 miles an hour off of his fastball in his first professional baseball season. That is an astounding number.
Absolutely. And so after that, he just stepped away from baseball, as one would expect.
Rodriguez fouls off the 1-2. He took 2 years off of baseball, worked at a nuclear energy plant for his dad.
Wow.
And then just woke up one day and decided he wasn't done with baseball.
Yeah, so he tried out for a Winter League team in Puerto Rico. He was offered a contract to pitch in the United Shores Professional Baseball League out of Michigan. And here he is today, signed with York in June.
1-2, a high fly ball towards center. Witherspoon takes a step back, but he'll camp underneath that one and make the catch for the second out in the inning. So Rodriguez has flown out to Witherspoon twice, and he'll head back to the dugout Two down, bases empty, and the center fielder, Corey Vaughn, coming to the plate. Vaughn flew out to left in his first at-bat as he still looks to get on track. Struggled mightily as of late. In the last 10 games, Vaughn is just 3 for 32, an .094 batting average as he rips one down the line here, but just foul.
Just an eyelash foul.
Third base umpire Richard Katz right on top of that one, as I thought Vaughn had snuck a double down the line.
As did I.
The good news for Vaughn in not the last game of the year, but the second to last game of the year, it looked like he was back. He nearly hit a home run twice, but he went 2 for 4, a couple of hard hit balls. They'd love to see his bat get back on track to the all-star caliber he was in the first half as he takes inside 1-1.
You really like to see Vaughn and Cone at least be able to produce a little bit closer to what they were doing in the first half. Just one little bit more here, a few more games.
Change up here, misses low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Vaughn has seen his average drop to 252. At one point it was up in the 280s. Cone has plummeted even further. You mentioned his first half. He was hitting 306 at one point and is now down in the 240s. As a hanging curve ball here is sent out towards deep left, a high fly ball. That one's going to hang up, though, as the left fielder Harris will make the catch just short of the wall. But the Blue Crabs do get on the board. A solo home run for Mike Snyder. And the Revolution lead is cut down to 3-1. Gabby Hernandez will be tasked with holding that there as he heads back to the mound. He looked great last inning. He'll look to do the same with the bottom of the lineup, leading off 8-9-1. Due up for the Revs when we come back in the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey kids, this is Gary Brown, center fielder for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. If you are under 12 years old, make sure to check out our Chick-fil-A Back Fin Buddies program. For just $15, kids will receive free admission to all 7 Friday home games this season, as well as a commemorative Back Fin Buddies lunchbox and baseball. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Did you know that the storm drains in Charles County lead to the Potomac River, Patuxent River, and the Chesapeake Bay? Those storm drains are not trash cans, and the water inside does not get filtered. The litter you throw on the street can end up in the same water you drink, fish, and play in. Start now and help keep Charles County beautiful by placing your trash in its proper place. To find out how you can help, visit www.charlescountymd.gov/litterbug.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs want to congratulate Pat Osborne on being named the starting third baseman on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Osborne was originally drafted in the second round of the 2002 MLB Amateur Draft by the Cleveland Indians. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2008, where he hit .326 with 17 home runs and 106 RBIs in his debut season. In 5 years with the Blue Crabs, Osborne finished with a .297 batting average while hitting 39 home runs and collecting 225 RBIs in 386 career games with the team.
This is Edwin Garcia, and you listen to the Blue Crab Baseball Network.
Back inside Peoples Bank Park, Blue Crabs trail 3-1 as Gabby Hernandez back to the mound. 8-9-1 due up in the inning for the Revs as Hernandez misses his first pitch low. 1 ball and no strikes. A 10-pitch third inning for Hernandez was exactly what he needed after taking 56 to get through the first 2 frames. 1-0 popped up towards the Blue Crabs dugout. Lozada is chasing. He misreads it a little bit, as that one will land in foul territory beside the dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. An unfortunate thing there is that likely should have been an out, but instead the count will go to 1-1.
It's a tough play by a third baseman having to track that into the area of the dugout railing. You got to be careful. Try to, try not to go all the way into the dugout, but also keep your eye on the ball the whole time.
It actually landed right behind the back railing of the dugout. Lozada was feeling around for the dugout rail to make sure he didn't flip in and ended up not even coming close to it where the ball landed. As Hernandez gets a fastball in the outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gabby Hernandez, a third-round draft pick of the New York Mets in 2004 out of Balin Jesuit Prep School in Miami. as he misses outside here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He pitched for the Mets for just 2 seasons before moving to the Florida Marlins organization. He pitched for the Marlins until 2008 when he was moved over to the Seattle organization, as he gets the strikeout of Dent here for the first out in the inning. That's the 6th strikeout for Hernandez on his line today. After pitching just a little over a season in Seattle, he was traded to the Royals, where he pitched for the AAA Omaha Royals. And then in 2011, AAA with the Arizona Diamondbacks and Chicago White Sox. In 2012, AA with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then made his Blue Crabs debut later in that 2012 season, as he misses low here. 1 ball and no strikes. This is pretty much the best year that Gabby Hernandez has had with the Blue Crabs. If you look back over, this is his 6th season. He hasn't even put up double-digit wins in the past. This year, something clicked, and he's looked fantastic, as the right-hander shakes off the sign from Luis Allen and winds for the 1-0 to Simpson. Change up, called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, in his 2012 season with the Blue Crabs, he pitched to a 5-1 record with 2.77 ERA. And
he did that in just 7 appearances, though. So to spread that across a full season like this, it's difficult to imagine a better year for him, as the 1-1 is fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It really makes you wonder, with some of the adjustments and improvements and things he's done as a veteran pitcher now, if he could have done any of that earlier on in his career, where he'd be, or what he would have accomplished by now, because he obviously has put it all together.
He spent a lot of time in AAA, but never quite got the call-up. He appeared in AAA in 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Wow, that is a lot of different organizations who believed in something in Gabby Hernandez, but it just never quite happened for him.
He has 110 wins on his career, as he winds for the 1-2 to Simpson once more. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. That pitch is devastating tonight.
Absolutely.
7 strikeouts for Gabby Hernandez, as he continues to mow down the hitters. His season high is 9, as he's on pace to catch that at some point tonight if he continues deep into this ball game.
It's a lot different mowing down the 9th batter in the lineup, Simpson, and then getting right around here to the man we've talked about all night, Alonzo Harris, leading back off.
Harris 1 for 1, a single, a run scored, and a sacrifice fly RBI, as he takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. You just feel like Alonzo Harris is everything in this York lineup at the top. He's got speed, he's got power, he hits for average, as he takes one for a called strike on the outside corner. 1-1. He leads the league in runs scored. He's in the top 10 in home runs, RBIs, doubles, and stolen bases. It's incredible.
It's not very often that the leadoff hitter instills this much fear in the opposing defense and opposing pitching staff as a guy like Alonzo Harris does.
Swung out of his shoes there, but was behind a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We saw that from Harris in his last bat. Big cuts early, but in this situation is where he's dangerous. 2 strikes. He choked up and sent one to center on a sacrifice fly, as he sends a fly ball out towards the line and left. L.J. Ho's long run into foul territory, as I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like Hose is still in the left field corner. We don't have a good view of it. I think the pitch was called foul, but I also think that Hose might have run into the wall and might be in a little bit of trouble.
Hose appears to be fine. He's walking back towards his position and left. But we had a bit of a conference out there in foul territory to find out what happened.
The third base umpire, Richard Katz, is what scared me, as he just took off running down the line as if something had happened to Hose. He might have laid out and tried to make the catch, but that's not a good spot for our angle. Both of the lines here from the press box deep in the corners are unviewable, but it appears that one landed foul, as Hose returns to left field. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Harris again as Hernandez winds and delivers. Breaking ball. There is that 2-strike breaking ball again, but Harris is able to lay off. Not something many of these Revolution hitters have been able to do.
Yeah, like I said, that's the difference between a 9-hitter in Simpson and an all-star in Alonzo Harris.
We'll see if Hernandez goes right back to that curveball on the 2-2. He winds and delivers. It's a fastball, just misses the outside corner. He tried to get that 2-seamer to come back across, but that one stayed in the left-handed batter's box. And the count has run full against Harris for a second time in the night. Hernandez winds for the payoff pitch. A curveball. It's popped up in foul territory. The catcher, Luis Allen, giving chase, but he's going to run out of room as that one's up into the 6th row behind the net. So after what appeared to potentially be another quick inning for Gabby Hernandez, Alonzo Harris spoils the fun once more and making Hernandez get the pitch count up there. Still no action in the Blue Crabs bullpen as of yet, as Hernandez is approaching 75 pitches on the night.
If I'm manager James Frisbee, looking at Gabby's performance tonight, I'm optimistic, but I know that I can have him out there as long as he feels comfortable with the way this playoff setup is.
Payoff pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Hernandez strikes out the side in order. All 3 go down swinging as his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Gabby Hernandez has settled in. Hopefully the Blue Crabs offense can get him off the hook. 7, 8, 9 due up. Garcia leads it off when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Blue Crabs fans, what's more American than baseball and a barbecue cookout? Quite frankly, the two go together like stars and stripes, rockets and red glare, and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So when you come to Regency Furniture Stadium's all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion, you get both at a great price. The best part is that groups from 20 to 400 plus can enjoy the picnic pavilion, and when you include this home run of a deal with the kids park, paddle boats, and on-field fun, you have a grand slam of an opportunity. Call today at 301-638-9788 to speak with a sales executive or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
This is Rick Meehan, Mayor of Ocean City, Maryland. For everyone who's put off planning a vacation this summer, I've got good news for you. Ocean City, Maryland is a procrastinator's paradise. We've got 10 miles of free beach, an amazing 3-mile boardwalk, golf, fishing, shopping, dining, and free events 7 nights a week, including fireworks, boardwalk light shows, dance parties, and movies right on the beach. It's not too late. Book a visit today at ococean.com. That's ococean.com.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Travis Garcia on being named the starting shortstop on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Garcia was originally drafted by the New York Mets in the 21st round of the 2003 MLB Amateur Draft. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2008, their debut season, and in 2009 he hit .353 with 16 home runs and 63 RBIs. In 5 seasons with the Blue Crabs, Garcia finished with 59 home runs and 229 RBIs in 330 games. Edwin Garcia leads off here in the top of the 5th as Jay Goss back on the mound to face the 7, 8, 9. Goss out of the windup, kicks and delivers. Fastball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Garcia 0 for 1, a fly out on the line for him to this point to center. That ended the 2nd inning. 1-0 pitch, Garcia fouls it off the other way, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blue Crabs were unable to capitalize on a leadoff hit in that 2nd inning by Michael Snyder, as the designated hitter has been the offense to this point. He's 2 for 2 with that single and a home run, the only 2 hits on the board for Southern Maryland.
Perhaps we will soon see if Jay Goss was as ill-prepared for Edwin Garcia entering the box as the York announcer, music coordinator, or in-game entertainment were, as they completely were surprised by the inning starting.
2-1 pitch, Garcia jams himself, a pop-up towards second. Silva will call off Nash and make the play for out number 1. That is true. After the first pitch in the at-bat, Edwin Garcia had his name announced, so
looks like Goss was more prepared with that pitch sawing off Edwin Garcia.
Well, what's interesting to note there For those that don't know, pitchers get 8 pitches when they first enter the game in between innings, and 5 every inning from there on out. Jay Goss threw 4, so that would explain the little bit of a time gap. It's not much, but it does throw off the rhythm a little bit. So Luis Allen in now. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat as he chases one low out of the zone here. No balls in 1 strike. Allen facing his former team in the playoffs as he joined Southern Maryland on May 19th via trade with the Revolution. A 1 fastball comes inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Allen hitting .243 on the season combined between these two teams. 5 home runs, 34 RBIs. 30 of those 34 have come with the Blue Crabs.
Yeah, and as we've learned this season as a member of the Blue Crabs, while not your most potent hitter on the lineup, as a catcher, you definitely can't overlook him, both from a, getting on base and getting a good hit, but also he has some sneaky power. So we'd like
He did homer the last time he faced his former team, the middle game of that 3-game series. Him and Zach Cohn with a pair of solo home runs in that game, the only 2 runs the Blue Crabs put up. Goss goes with the breaking ball here, a weak swing from Allen, as Goss had him fooled, and he is down on strikes. 4th strikeout of the night for Goss, 2nd of Allen, and 2 down in the inning.
As Zach Cohn gets back up here in the box with 2 down, ready to face Jay Goss, try to get something going here.
Cohn is 0 for 1. He struck out in his first at-bat as well, as Goss goes right back to that off-speed pitch, and Cohn fouls it off out in front of that one. Goss is feeling the off-speed stuff this inning. We've seen him feature the changeup and curveball and keep the Blue Crabs batters off balance. He winds for the 0-1. Another off-speed pitch, a changeup, swung on and missed in the dirt. 73 miles an hour there. And he's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, looking for the 1-2-3 inning.
We previewed this as a pitcher's duel, and while some shakiness from Gabby has made it a deficit, it's definitely been both pitchers doing what they want.
0-2, Goss goes to the fastball. That's almost unfair as he elevates that one in the eyes. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 73-mile-an-hour changeup followed by a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 18-mile-an-hour difference in the eye-level change of Cohn after he bounced one and then elevated. 1-2, he goes back to the curveball, and Cohn just gets a piece of it as it catches the catcher Tejeda. He's struggling behind the plate, and the home plate umpire Dave Speranza will do his duty as an umpire, which is walk the ball out to the mound, kick some dirt on home plate, and give the catcher time to react. An interesting relationship between catchers and home plate umpires that I've learned throughout my time. I was a catcher, and then I became an umpire at the age of 13, and nobody works together better than those two, really. The catcher protects the umpire protects the catcher on stuff like that, and it's just an interesting thing that you don't really notice outside of the baseball world unless you're on the field.
Not to mention the adversarial relationship between the balls and strikes and the one receiving balls and strikes as well.
The changeup here is bounced, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. They may go back and forth, arguing a couple of calls, but at the end of the day, I've never really had a catcher turn around and argue with me because he's right in front of me. We're working together throughout the most part. 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed as Goss blows a 90-mile-an-hour fastball by Cohn to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Goss. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. His second 1-2-3 inning of the game, and the Revolution take a 3-1 lead into the bottom of the 5th. Dangerous part of the lineup coming up, 2-3-4, when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Blue Crabs fans, the Blue Crabs are celebrating their 10th anniversary season in 2017, and they can't do it without you. Join the team all season long for special giveaways and ongoing 10-year tributes with group tickets starting at just $10. Regency Furniture Stadium's spacious and modern amenities include 16 luxury suites, an all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion with a great view overlooking left field, and the Legends Club, which can host your event of up to 160 people for a game. Call today at 301-638-9788 or visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
Blue Crabs fans, Bocelli Pizza, known for having the best pizza in town, is offering you 20% off on your order. That's right, 20% off. Just use code 779 to take advantage of this limited time offer. Bocelli offers pizzas, pastas, subs, wings, salads, and more. You can place your order for pickup or delivery online at VOCELLI pizza.com or call 301-705-5858, as well as visiting Bocelli Pizza at their Waldorf location, 11850 Park Waldorf Lane. Bocelli Pizza, delivering classic Italian quality.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs want to congratulate Brian Barton on being named a starting outfielder on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Barton was originally drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers in the 38th round of the 2000 MLB Amateur Draft. Barton made his MLB debut in 2008 with the St. Louis Cardinals and also appeared in the majors in 2009 with the Atlanta Braves. Barton signed with Southern Maryland in 2011 when he hit .304 with 12 home runs and 17 stolen bases in his debut season with the team. Gabby Hernandez back on the mound as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Hernandez looking to get through 5. Ideally, he would get through 6 and get the quality start as he settled in nicely the last couple of innings. He's picked up 4 strikeouts over the last 2 frames, allowing just 1 hit as he gets Gerald Mitchell swinging over the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch count has gotten up there a little bit as he winds for the 0-1. That one comes inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
That ball was his 85th pitch of the night, 51 of them being strikes to this point. So you obviously have to be cognizant of that. But like you said, if you can get through 6, you're in a nice place as a pitching staff. I see some trotting going on back and forth from the Blue Crabs dugout and bullpen at this exact moment.
Hernandez winds for the 1-1 and delivers. This one swung on and fouled off towards the Revolution dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With the pitch count up near 90, I just don't see Gabby Hernandez going another inning after this one. I think he's going to try to get through 5. But from what I understand, Hernandez is in line to start Game 5 if we get there in this series. And that's already a day short of rest. To have him up near 120 pitches with the day short of rest is just unbelievable. As a ground ball towards second, diving stop from Nate Sampson from a knee to first in time.
It's a spectacular play from Sampson.
An absolutely phenomenal play from the second baseman. He was brought up a shortstop and flashed the leather a little bit there. An all-important leadoff runner kept off the base paths.
Absolutely stole a single from the Revs hitter there, and he really needed to keep this inning from getting started the wrong way.
Didn't want Mitchell on base. He had 24 stolen bases. And even more important, the Revs have put 2 leadoff runners on, the first and the second. They scored in both of those innings. Hernandez has kept them off the base paths in the last 2, and that's helped him move along as he goes to the changeup here. First pitch to Ruby Silva, misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. Silva 1 for 2, an RBI triple in the first, and a strikeout to end the second. Stranded 2 runners in scoring position in that second inning.
Yeah, with keeping in mind that Gabby's going to potentially be starting a potential Game 5, that really does change what manager James Frisbee does with his pen, both tonight and obviously going forward. You'd like to use them as little as possible. Some of those middle guys, longer guys, just try to keep them fresh for what might happen at the end of the series.
Hernandez winds for the 1-1 pitch and delivers this one a shot towards first. Rodriguez lays out. That kicks off of his glove. Sampson picks it up, thinks about throwing to Hernandez covering the base, but wisely will hold on. A hard hit single for Ruby Silva, a multi-hit effort for him as he's on first with 1 out. That's not set in stone. It hasn't been announced that Hernandez is throwing Game 5 if we get there. Nobody's ever told me. That's just what I would believe. I don't think the Blue Crabs have had a solid number 5 starter consistently throughout the season. We've seen 4 or 5 different guys fill that 5th spot in the rotation. David Russo has been pretty effective as of late, but I don't imagine you throw a reliever in a spot start in a Game 5 of a series like this. And Eric Fornatero's inactive. Once the playoff rosters are set, you can't activate somebody unless of an injury. As a chopper down the third baseline will go foul off the bat of Telvin Nash. No balls and 1 strike. Throughout the season, the Blue Crabs were playing the active-inactive game a little bit with the pitching staff, where Drew Hayes, who was slated for Game 4, and Eric Fornatero would be active when they pitched and then immediately inactive for the other. But they shut that down in the postseason. So Fornatero is inactive unless somebody gets hurt. He's not going to pitch that Game 5, so it would be on Russo, Stem, or a restart from Hernandez. 0-1, a changeup low, goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Stem's only started 3 games this year. Russo's only started 9.
And that's where a manager like James Frisbee has to use some veteran leadership, knows his guys, make the right call based on what he's seen.
Absolutely agree. The guys have the utmost faith and confidence in Frisbee. As this one shot towards third, that's going to kick off the glove of Lozada and into left field. I imagine that's going to be ruled an error. It was not. That is a hit.
That's an absolute bullet at Lozada. I'm not surprised he couldn't come up with it, and I'm not surprised it was called a hit. He really couldn't get a good glove on it. Hit him more in the upper arm and took a very wicked high bounce into left field. It was as if it was a single off the bat, a fly ball single to hose. That's how much angle it had going into left field.
That was an absolute laser at Lozada, and they credit the hitter in that situation rather than punish the fielder. So first and second, 1 out, and big Michael Burgess digging into the box as he takes first pitch, 1 ball and no strikes. Burgess, 17 home runs and 66 RBIs on the season. His 17 home runs are tied for second most on the Revolution. Alonzo Harris leads the way, and him and Isaiah Tejeda have 17 as he takes a big cut, but well behind an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1.
On this, the third week of the NFL season, he has the body type of a running back used on goal line plays. He is a big boy, and he definitely, with that double-digit power, needs to be taken seriously.
Mike Tolbert-esque.
Yes, I was thinking Mike Tolbert exactly.
Hernandez sets for the 1-1 pitch and delivers. This one shot towards center. Vaughn on a line will make the catch as the Revolution crowd got a bit excited there, but right at Corey Vaughn. 2 down, and Hernandez 1 out away from what I would imagine would be the finish of his day, as some throwing has begun in the Blue Crabs bullpen. We'll get you the information on who is up and throwing as soon as we can. The catcher, Isaiah Tejeda, comes into the box now. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. It is Sam Runyon up and throwing for the Blue Crabs. Runyon has been fantastic as of late. Gotten his ERA well down. It was up over 6 and now sits at 4.39. Just in the past month, he's dropped it over 1.5 points. Tejeda taking his time getting into the box as Hernandez is taking his time getting the signs from Luis Allen. The right-hander now comes set with runners on first and second and delivers. Change up low. 1 ball and no strikes.
If this is, in fact, the last inning for the starter, Hernandez, that's probably a good transition going to a guy like Runyon, who can, when needed to, go 2 innings. So
Hernandez sets for the 1-0 pitch. A look at second, now delivers. This one's ripped down the third baseline, foul. Good play out there by the protector, Craig Stem, as he's up watching over the catcher, Wiggins. That was headed right at the back of Ryan Wiggins, and Stem made a nice pick.
It begs to be said that Craig Stem is a very versatile player. And there he flashed the leather.
Stem is quite versatile. He has been used as a long reliever, a short reliever, a starter, a closer.
And now a middle infielder.
Not quite a middle infielder. As Hernandez ready for the 1-1. Runners off. Pitches high. Throw down to second. The tag from Sampson in time as Nash is caught stealing. A very good play there from Luis Allen as Ruby Silva had him torched to third, but the throw down to second will end the inning. A caught stealing, and Gabby Hernandez is out of the fifth. He gives up no runs on one hit, no errors, leaves one man on base. Tejeda will continue his at-bat in the bottom of the 6th, but first, top of the 6th, in the top of the Blue Crabs lineup. They trail by 2, looking to get something going when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Be sure to join us at select Saturday home games throughout the season as the Blue Crabs light up the Southern Maryland night sky with post-game Saturday night firework extravaganzas. For more information on this event or any other exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
The season's almost over, but that just means that it's time to book your next corporate, family, or holiday event in Regency Furniture Stadium's spacious and luxurious Legends Club. Catered group events for up to 160 people can easily and quickly be booked for almost any reason all off-season, including holiday parties. Call the group sales department today at 301-638-9788 for more info or to schedule your next event.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate John Ramostella on being named a starting outfielder on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Ramostella was originally drafted by the New York Yankees in the 35th round of the 2000 MLB Amateur Draft. He signed with Southern Maryland in their debut 2008 season, where he hit .276 with 15 home runs, 67 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases. In 2 seasons with the Blue Crabs, Ramostella hit 37 career home runs, 125 RBIs, and stole 29 bases in 222 career games with the team.
Hey, this is Ryan Wiggins, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Blue Crabs trail 3-1 here heading to the 6th, but the right part of the lineup is up as Jose Lozada, the leadoff hitter in the lineup, is the leadoff hitter in the inning and fouls back the first pitch from Jay Goss. Line score to this point, Blue Crabs 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and York 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Both of the Blue Crabs hits have been from Michael Snyder as Lozada with a ground ball to second. Vacuumed up by Silva. He flips on to first. And 2 pitches, 1 out to start the 6th.
Despite making a lot of contact, these Blue Crabs hitters have been hitting them right at most of their, the infield especially, not giving the Revs even a challenge on defense.
A lot of fly balls on the line for Goss to this point, but with the wind dead still, nothing carrying out of this ballpark today. And Nate Sampson digging in now, squares to bunt, pulls back, but a called strike. No balls and 1 strike, trying to get a little bit of an offense going there. I don't disagree with that square to bunt at all, as the third baseman Simpson was back. He now evens up with the base. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball up and away, just 2 men have reached base. Lozada drew a walk in the 3rd, the only walk on the line for Goss. And then Snyder with the single and the home run. The 1-1, Sampson chases out of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So you mentioned some of the keys to the game. Only one of them is being done to this point. You said that we needed to score first. That's an X. As Goss winds for the 1-2. Fastball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You said we needed to score more than 3 runs. As of right now, that's an X, but there's still time. You said that we needed to out-hit our opponents. We're down 7-2 in that category. And lastly, you said we needed to play good defense, no errors. That is a check mark, but the only one there as a changeup misses low, and Sampson has run the count full.
I mean, the defense itself hasn't been too terribly tested. With the stellar work from Gabby behind the plate with a lot of those strikeouts, keeping Revs hitters from hitting the ball into play.
As the payoff pitch, check swing, that one jammed Sampson a little bit, but he fights it off back to the screen to stay alive. Hernandez, with quite a number of strikeouts, has kept his defense relatively quiet behind him. For sure, they have made the plays in front of them, though, which is all you can really ask for. So Goss ready for the payoff pitch one more time. 3-2 on its way. Fastball up and in, and Sampson draws a walk, the third runner to reach base now, as he's aboard. Decent speed for Nate Sampson on first, with the right part of the lineup coming up, heart of the order, with L.J. Hose and Michael Snyder due up next. Sampson has just one stolen base, but we mentioned this is just his 10th game.
You would think Sampson would be more of a guy who would be an intelligent base runner, take what's given to him, as opposed to going out there and just stealing bases with freakish speed. So,
the pitching coach, Paul Fletcher, with a conference of Jay Goss, preparing for L.J. Hose. Hose is 0 for 2, a strikeout swinging, and a ground out for him to this point. But Michael Snyder awaits on deck, and anything but a double play gets Snyder up to bat this inning with the potential to tie the game, which is exactly what the Blue Crabs want. And the Revolution take notice and now have somebody up and warming in their bullpen as well. First pitch from Goss to Hose, inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Runyon continues to throw in the Blue Crabs bullpen. Hernandez was up near 100 pitches at the conclusion of that 5th inning, so his day is more than likely done. Hose calls time before Goss can deliver the 1-0, and he steps out. Now digs back in as the right-hander comes set at the belt for the 1-0, kicks and delivers. This one's grounded towards third, backhand by Simpson, on to second. Silva will eat it there as he had no play. Goss points at his third baseman, a recognition of a great backhand play there. So Hose will go on first as the fielder's choice. 5-4 put out, and now 2 down, but the man of the night, Michael Snyder, digs in the tying run. He's 2 for 2, a single and a solo home run on the line already.
Yeah, with a runner ahead of him, you had to think that Hose was probably going to be kept to a single if Simpson doesn't get to that ball. So he did a pretty good job of keeping anything else from happening there.
But for the Revolution, as Goss gets a curveball in the outside corner, 0-1. That's a big play because there's a huge difference from 2 men on and 1 out to any type of thing can get Snyder out now. And more importantly than getting Snyder out, in the inning if it happens. Former Blue Crab Joe Van Meter is up and throwing in the bullpen as Snyder fouls one off down the left field line out of play. No balls and 2 strikes.
Snyder got all of that foul ball. That was a moonshot. He just came around on that too quickly. Out of the park. Foul.
He has seen Goss relatively well as we now enter the complete the second hour of play. We're 2 hours into this one. Goss comes set for the 0-2 to Snyder and delivers. Fastball. Check swing. He went around, says the first base umpire, Jorge Terron. Snyder is in disbelief at the plate, but he is down swinging to end the inning. I can't believe that. He didn't even pretend to swing on that one. But that will retire the side in the 6th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Sam Runyon on his way to the mound. He'll face Isaiah Tejada to lead it off when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Every Tuesday night is Silver Sluggers Night with the Blue Crabs, sponsored by the Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center. Membership to the Silver Sluggers starts at just $25, and all members will receive tickets to every Tuesday home game, including our 4th of July Red, White, and Blue Crabs celebration, as well as a special Silver Sluggers t-shirt. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com, or you can call us at 301-638-9788.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Jeremy Owens on being named a starting outfielder on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Owens was originally drafted by the San Diego Padres in the 8th round of the 1998 MLB Amateur Draft. He signed with Southern Maryland for their debut season in 2008, and in 2009 he collected 28 home runs and 80 RBIs while stealing 15 bases. Owens spent 7 seasons playing for the Blue Crabs, compiling 105 home runs, 340 RBIs, and 98 stolen bases, while appearing in a Blue Crabs record 737 career games.
Hey, this is Austin, captain of your tie-dye crew, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Day is done for Gabby Hernandez as he gives way to the bullpen. Sam Runyon will be the first one to get the call. Hernandez, 99 pitches, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts on the line for him. He is in line for the loss, though, as Runyon heads to the mound. 52 appearances on the regular season, 3-2 with a 4.38 ERA. He did have 1 save and 49 strikeouts in 53 and a third. As he delivers a first pitch breaking ball. That's not something you see every day out of the pen. But clearly confident in it, and a good pitch as he gets it across the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Isaiah Tejeda at the plate, 1 for 1, a walk, a single, and a run scored. He had his at-bat cut short on a double steal attempt, caught stealing of Telvin Nash to end the 5th inning. Runyon has been great as of late, as his ERA has dropped significantly. He winds for the 1-1, delivers low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, on August 13th, I beg your pardon, his ERA has reached its peak at 6.03, and so as Brandon told you, it's already down to 4.39 here as we reach the postseason. That is a tremendous late season drop in ERA.
Runyon winds for the 2-1. That one's rolled towards third. That's going to get foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Since that date that you mentioned, August 13th, Runyon has allowed just 1 earned run. September 5th against the Somerset Patriots. He's worked 6 straight scoreless outings.
Normally this time of year, a reliever can hope to bring his ERA down percentage points, fractions, tenths, not almost a full 1.5 points. That's 7.
The 1-2 is shot foul down the line, or 2-2, excuse me, and into the Revolution bullpen as the bullpen members will scatter.
As I was saying, that's 17 outings since that date in August, where he has been able to bring his ERA down so considerably. As Brandon said, only allowing 1 run in that entire time. So obviously really turned it around here for the Blue Crabs as a righty out of the pen with that big power arm.
He's gone 15 of his last 17 scoreless. 2 of them were unearned against the Sugarland Skeeters, though, as he gets a fastball swung on and missed here. Tejeda down on strikes. 9th strikeout for Blue Crabs pitchers of the day. And Runyon comes out of the pen and gets the first man he sees. That'll bring up Travis Witherspoon. So can't say enough about Sam Runyon's run as of this late. And even the 1 earned run is a little bit tough, as Jose Lozada was in left field that day. I distinctly remember it. Lozada came charging in to try to make a play on a sinking line drive. He was unable to get to it. It snuck under him into the fence for a triple. That man came around to score. It was a tough play. Lozada tried to make the play in the air, but it wasn't an error because he never really made a play on the ball. It just snuck into the gap. 0-1 is fouled off, and Runyon is ahead of Witherspoon. No balls and 2 strikes. Witherspoon 1 for 2, a double and a run scored.
I know in talking to Sam here over the course of the season, he's definitely made it known. He understands what his role is as a member not only of this pitching staff but of this organization. His role is to go in there and put up consistent, solid, if not great numbers, and make himself the best professional baseball player he can be.
0-2 is weakly tapped towards the mound. Runyon will field it himself. Plenty of time to flip on to first. 2 up, 2 down for Sam Runyon out of the bullpen. If he can work this inning relatively quickly, I could picture him coming back out for another inning. We've seen him work multiple innings a number of times, but that has tampered down as of late. He's only thrown more than 1 inning in 2 of those last 17 outings you mentioned. The last time he threw 2 innings or more was August 1st. Even the ones where he has thrown more than an inning here have been coming in for 1 out and then working a full inning of his own, an inning and a third twice. He goes to the fastball here. First pitch to Ryan Dent, misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
And it must be said that in his time there this season against York, he's put up pretty good numbers. In 8 1/3 innings, he's got 8 Ks and only given up 3 hits and 1 run to York.
There's a ground ball to first. Rodriguez backhand. He'll take it to the base himself, the 3 unassisted, as Sam Runyon gets the job done. A 1-2-3 inning. As he gives up no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the 7th. Rodriguez, Vaughn, and Garcia when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
The resort community of Chesapeake Beach, Maryland is home to the Chesapeake Beach Water Park. Come join them for an afternoon of splash and fun in the sun with their 8 water slides, fountains, waterfalls, lazy river, kids activity pool, and more. Beat the heat with daily cabana rentals, swim lessons, birthday parties, Friday night slides under the stars, character days on certain Mondays, or even rent the whole park for a private party. The on-site Beachcomber Grill offers a full-service menu as well. For more information, details, special events calendar, park dates and hours, to purchase your tickets, season passes, or make reservations, visit their website at www.chesapeakebeachwaterpark.com. The season's almost over, but that just means that it's time to book your next corporate, family, or holiday event in Regency Furniture Stadium's spacious and luxurious Legends Club. Catered group events for up to 160 people can easily and quickly be booked for almost any reason all off-season, including holiday parties. Call the group sales department today at 301-638-9788 for more info or to schedule your next event.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Jim Ed Warden on being named the closer on the Blue Crabs 10-year team. Warden was originally drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the 6th round of the 2001 MLB Amateur Draft. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2009, where he picked up 13 saves with a 1.12 ERA in 17 appearances. Over 6 seasons with the team, Warden appeared in 284 games and collected a Blue Crabs record 134 saves.
Hey, this is James Frisbee, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
And new pitcher on the mound for York as Jay Goss does his job. He gives the Revs 1, a quality start, and 2, enough for the lead. As right-hander Joe Van Meter will take over here in the 7th. Devin Rodriguez leads it off and takes a fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Goss gets through 6 innings, gives up just 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned on the solo home run. And 2 walks, 6 strikeouts for him. Van Meter works out of the stretch and delivers. Rodriguez with a big cut, but swings through that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Van Meter making his 56th appearance of the year. 4-2 with a 2.57 ERA, second lowest ERA on the Revs right now. He does have 1 save as well. Right-hander sets at the belt. and delivers. 1-1 fastball comes inside.
I think it goes without
Rodriguez
saying that
takes.
regardless of what Van Meter does out there, Blue Crabs hitters are happy to not have to see Goss anymore tonight.
Goss did have them fooled. Only 4 runners on the game. One of them was a trot from Michael Snyder as Van Meter goes to the changeup and gets Rodriguez off balance. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Van Meter, 28 years old. He was a 21st round draft pick in 2010 by the Texas Rangers. Pitched for the Rangers until the end of 2013, then spent 1 season in High A, 2014, with the Frederick Keys, finishing that year in the American Association with the Kansas City T-Bones. As the right-hander sets for the 2-2 and delivers. Rodriguez tries to go the other way, but a little bit too much, and that'll get out of play.
Spent 2016 in familiar territory as a member of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. In 9 games, he pitched to a 5.73 ERA. Not nothing special. He was not used very often by 2016 manager Jeremy Owens. So it's surprising to see some of the success he's had here in York.
2-2 pitch, fastball misses low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Van Meter has definitely turned it around this year. This is his lowest ERA since he put up a 2.06 in 2012 in Myrtle Beach. But even in that 2012 season, he got called up to Double-A Frisco and finished that year as a whole with a 2.71. As he goes to the breaking ball here, an unbelievable called strike 3. Rodriguez had flipped the bat away. He can't believe he's down on strikes. Rodriguez might get run from this game as Joe Walsh, the first base coach, comes out to try to corral him. That was an unreal call right there. I'm not one to argue with umpires, as I spent a lot of times as an umpire. That was a terrible call, and Frisbee is fired up down at third. Rodriguez is throwing things in the dugout and got the attention of Speranza. That was a terrible call. Frisbee's about to get tossed from this game as well.
Yeah,
Speranza throws up the no more signal as that pitch was above the belt. It was inside. I don't argue with umpires. Devin Rodriguez is one of the nicest guys in the league. I've never seen him argue with an umpire. But my goodness, that's a leadoff base runner off the base pass right there.
Not to mention he's also one of the most consistent hitters, and he would know a good pitch when he sees it.
Vaughn takes first pitch low, 1 ball and no strikes. Rodriguez is still hot in the dugout. He's managed to work his way all the way down to the end, though, as far away from Speranza as he can get. As Vaughn with a broken bat here, it's popped foul. Frisbee at third had to avoid the barrel as Vaughn is left with the tip. I'm still just in shock. We've seen Speranza a number of times this year. He's normally relatively consistent behind the plate, but that one's just not what you typically see out of him. And in a huge game like this, big situation, you've got a 5, 6, 7, all with the ability to get on base, and we're talking about a leadoff base runner on here, and instead a pitch that was at his chest is called a strike. Van Meter ready for the 1-1 as that one swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Regardless of the emotion of that pitch, you can say that Speranza's been an equal opportunity offender, if you will, with both sides.
Time is called prior to the 1-2 pitch as a ball came on from the Blue Crabs bullpen. I think it was a ball, but who knows at this point. So it's regardless, the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Time was called very late by the third base umpire, and the pitch will not count, so the count will hold. 1 ball and 2 strikes still. 1 out in the inning with Corey Vaughn at the plate. Vaughn hammers one down the left field line, but he's out in front of it again as that will go foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes still.
Vaughn just missed that one by a little bit, just like several other Blue Crabs hitters before him, just a little bit ahead on that offering from the Revs pitchers.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes once more as Van Meter blows a 93-mile-an-hour fastball by Vaughn. And back-to-back strikeouts start the night for Van Meter. So after going through, we'll call it 5 innings, relatively smooth with this umpiring crew. We didn't really have an issue except for whatever happened down the left field line with LJ Hose, but that was just water under the bridge. It was a foul ball. Hose didn't catch it, so nothing really to worry about. All of a sudden in this last inning plus, we're talking some home cooking as Garcia flies one out towards right. That should end the inning, and it will. But you've got the check swing from Snyder that ended the 6th. He didn't go around. And then you've got that strikeout called there that changes a whole inning. The leadoff man is kept off the base pass, and now a 1-2-3 inning from Van Meter, who nowhere near deserved it. But Rodriguez doing the professional thing. He's the first one out of the dugout and goes straight to his spot. Not a word to Speranza. And we head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time as another new reliever, Rob Carson, jogs on. He'll face the bottom of the lineup, 9-1-2, when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Hey fans, be sure to join us every Thursday home game for Foster's Grill, Wings, and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game, as well as 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer. The event takes place every Thursday home game throughout the season from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in our Legends Club. For more information on this or any other exciting offers throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
What's better than watching a Blue Crabs baseball game? Staying after to watch a classic film for free. After every Friday home game, the Blue Crabs will show a select film on the big board, and fans are invited to stick around, pack a blanket, grab some popcorn, and enjoy. Every week is a different movie, so come out each week to see what's showing. For more information on this or any of our exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com, or you can call us at 301-638-9788.
Dr. Milu and the courteous and professional staff at Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center in Waldorf want you to know that for cases of cancer and blood disorders such as anemia, leukemia, and lymphoma, you don't have to travel all the way to D.C. or Baltimore to get high-quality, compassionate care close to home. Established in 1995, Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center offers expertise, experience, and the highest standards needed for successful treatment of cancer and blood disorders. Dr. Milu is excited to be a part of the Blue Crabs family as the new sponsor of the Silver Sluggers program and games for the 2017 season. For more information or to schedule a consultation, call 301-638-1007 or visit cancerandblooddisorderscenter.com.
Hey, this is Sam Runyon, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Sam Runyon takes 11 pitches to get through the bottom of the 6th, and a new reliever on for the Blue Crabs once more. It'll be the southpaw Rob Carson. Face the 9-1-2 as Chase Simpson swinging on the first pitch, hot shot foul towards the Blue Crabs dugout.
Rob Carson, 3-4 on the season with a 3.79 ERA, enters the game, trying to keep the Blue Crabs close.
Tasked with keeping the score at 3-1. Plenty of time left. 6 more outs for the Blue Crabs to put up just 2 runs. They're very capable of that as Simpson fouls off another one. Carson making his 59th appearance of the year. One of those was a start. He got a spot start. Worked relatively well in that one back on August 26th. He's working on 5 straight scoreless appearances, though. Carson works out of the stretch. He sets out his belt and winds for a breaking ball that just misses. Carson with a little hop on the mound as he thought that was strike 3, but to no one's surprise, it is not 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Pretty sure there was a small contingent of people here, including Robert Carson, who thought that was a strike.
Well, it looked like it came back down, or at least lower than the pitch to Rodriguez, but instead 1-2 on its way. That one misses definitely low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it was called high. I saw the signal from Speranza, but after last inning, I don't know what high means anymore.
Carson's thrown 6 1/3 innings against York this year, giving up only 5 hits. So another good performance over the season against the York Revolution.
The 2-2 pitch bounced as Luis Allen takes it off of his arm, but he's okay, and 3 balls and 2 strikes. Carson has given up just 1 run against the Revolution this season in that 6 1/3. A 1.42 ERA for him has not factored in a decision against York on the year, though. He's worked the count full to the number 9 hitter. He needs to get him. Alonzo Harris, Jared Mitchell due up next. Payoff pitch, a big one. Breaking ball. This one's weakly hit out towards second. Sampson will field there and fire to first for 1 out here in the inning. A look ahead to the top of the 8th. The Blue Crabs have the 8-9-1 due up there. So the heart of the lineup will get another shot. If everybody goes down in order, we'll at least see the 2-3-4 once more in this game with how the lineup's rolling out. So plenty of time for the Blue Crabs to get it rolling. And even the 8-9 is Luis Allen and Zach Cohn, who both have plenty of home runs on the season, 15 between the two of them. Cohn has 5 of those against York. Top of the lineup coming up now as Alonzo Harris with a big cut on the first pitch. We've seen that a couple of times, but he was out in front of an off-speed pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Harris 1 for 2, a single and a run scored in the first, and then a sacrifice fly in the second. Harris squares to bunt. It's a bad bunt as it's right back to Carson, but Harris was breaking out of the box, nearly beat it. Carson got him by a step as the bunt attempt is foiled. And 2 up, 2 down for Carson. Will bring up a left-handed bat in the form of Jared Mitchell. Ricardo Gomez is up and throwing in the pin for York as Carson ready for the lefty-lefty. He's gotten better against lefties as of late. At one point, the batting average against left-handers, or with left-handers against Carson, was up around 380. It's down to 307 as he gets Mitchell swinging on the first pitch here. No balls and 1 strike. He's still better against righties by numbers as he's got a 247 average against with right-handed batters this year.
Like I said about Sam Runyon, that's an impressive turnaround late in the year.
Fastball swung through. The Blue Crabs bullpen has been much better as of late. Their bullpen ERA on the year sits at a 4.19, but in this month of September, a 3.41 ERA for the pen. More like what you want to see. They've been fantastic on the road as well, a 3.78 ERA. As Carson sets for the 0-2, looking for a 1-2-3. Fastball off the plate away as Carson does his little hop step on the mound one more time, and the count goes to 1-2.
He really wanted that call.
Carson steps off the back of the rubber to reset on the mound as he's going to take his time here despite the angst of the York crowd. Carson's going to get himself set for the 1-2. You don't want to see Ruby Silva or Telvin Nash. Silva already has 2 hits on the game, and Telvin Nash, he has 16 home runs in 48 games.
They don't call him the big issue for nothing.
I called him that earlier. Nobody calls him that. As the breaking ball is fouled off the other way, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think it could catch on, though. I think I need to inform everyone here about what that is. But
don't inform anyone here until you've copyrighted it. So then when they put it on T-shirts, that means bankroll coming in for you.
Big Atlantic League team store bankroll as Carson comes set for the 1-2 with 2 outs in the inning and delivers. Curveball, check swing, sent down to third. No swing, says Richard Katz. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That was the right idea from Carson. Try to get him on the breaking pitch.
So Carson flashed the curveball, and now it's Mitchell's turn to take his time. As lefty on lefty continues, Carson sets at the belt for the 2-2 with 2 outs, and now a late time called by Mitchell.
Yet another game of chess between the batter and the hitter as we've seen several times yet tonight.
Between the batter and the hitter?
Yes, both of them, both the batter and the hitter. Between the pitcher and the hitter.
So now the 2-2, a fastball goes low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just having some fun here. Mitchell has struggled against left-handed pitchers this season. You got me. You win. He's hitting just .235 against southpaws on the mound this year. Another lefty awaits on deck in Ruby Silva as Carson ready for the payoff pitch. Kicks and delivers. He goes to the breaking ball on the payoff pitch once more. That one stays inside. A 2-out walk, and Jared Mitchell is aboard. Blue Crabs pitchers had retired 6 in a row prior to that walk. And that'll bring up the aforementioned Ruby Silva and bring Frisbee out of the dugout once more to talk to Carson on how they want to go after Silva. Whatever the game plan has been to this point so far isn't working, as he was 2 for 3, a triple and a single off of Gabby Hernandez.
Yeah, so as manager James Frisbee looks over his infield, talking with Carson and catcher Luis Allen, the infielders and outfielders gather a little bit to chat about what they're going to do should the ball be hit in any particular position here.
Speranza comes out and breaks up the little powwow, and everybody will head back. Silva digging in. He's hitting .300 on the season against left-handers, but that's very limited action, just 3 for 10. As we mentioned, he hasn't played in too many games for York. Tonight is just his 8th appearance.
But what an 8 games it's been.
Yeah. Average up to .406. He got his 5th RBI on the triple earlier in the game as Carson with a check on first. Mitchell back in safely. Good idea. Mitchell 24 for 30 coming into play today in stolen bases. He already has added 1 to that total back in the 2nd inning. Has another check on first. Mitchell back in standing. I just heard a Revolution fan say you don't want to walk this guy. And I couldn't agree more with Nash on deck. We mentioned he hits a home run on average every 3 games. And he hasn't done it tonight. He's 1 for 3 tonight, though. Carson now delivers the first pitch. It's a changeup, low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Silva.
You hope that at bat hasn't shaken Carson, because after losing what he thought was an at-bat he had control of, walking the man eventually, you see a couple checks, now a 3rd check.
This one a little bit closer as Mitchell has to get dirty, but the tag a little late. 1 ball and no strikes. The good news for somebody like Carson, as opposed to maybe starting pitcher Gabby Hernandez or a couple of other guys that we have in the pen, Carson works out of the stretch regardless. So he doesn't have to change up his motion at all with a runner on. He does move to a little bit of slide step. Check on first. Rodriguez thought he had him, but Mitchell goes back in standing. That was a very close one as Carson thought he had him. Rodriguez thought he had him, but Mitchell back in.
Carson's a passionate guy, and he's showing his emotions on his sleeves here in this limited time so far out on the mound, and maybe for good cause if some of these pitches and calls had gone differently.
There's been 3 times he's thought he had a strikeout. 2 of those came against Mitchell, 1 on a curveball and 1 on a check swing. Mitchell extends his lead half a step on the 1-0, and that one swung through. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a bold move by Jared Mitchell. He got his lead where he had generally, and then he took another half step after what looked to be a very tight play. I do think he beat that one back. I agree with the call on that one, but it was still tight, and he had the ambition to get another half step and say, you can't find me. Carson gets him this time as he's in a run down now. Rodriguez flips to Garcia. Garcia will tag him. A great move from Carson as he was skirting that 45-degree line. That ends the inning on the pickoff. So technically a 1-2-3 inning for Rob Carson as he gives up no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The Blue Crabs got to find some offense. It's going to have to come from the bottom as the 8-9-1 due up when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands, prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less. That's wise.
With their new location at 3016 Waldorf Marketplace in Waldorf, Grill 13 now makes it even easier to enjoy their Irish fare and great drink specials every day. At Grill 13, they believe in good food, good drinks, good people, coupled with extraordinary customer service and cleanliness to make you feel part of the family. Whether lunch, dinner, or a round of drinks after the long workday, visiting Grill 13 is always a great experience. Feel free to come relax with family, friends, or even fly solo with a premium cocktail, our handmade pulled pork, fresh wings, bangers and mash, or any one of their tasty dishes. Then indulge in one of Grill 13's famous premium handmade Sugar Lips desserts. Call 301-645-2983 or visit grillwithane13.com.
Blue Crabs fans, your Blue Crabs are playoff bound, and on Friday night, September 22nd, it'll start raining crabs. That night, there will be a fireworks display, a Thunderstick giveaway to really bring the noise, and a special appearance by former Orioles and Blue Crabs great Andy Etchebarren. Get your playoff tickets today at the E-Trepid box office by calling 301-638-9788 or anytime at somdbluecrabs.com.
New pitcher for the Revolution as to start the 8th. Ricardo Gomez is on the mound. He'll face the 8-9-1. Luis Allen swinging on the first pitch. Fouls that one off. No balls and one strike.
Sir. Thank you.
So Allen fouls off the first pitch in the at-bat from Gomez, and this his 42nd appearance of the year. 4-4 with a 3.25 ERA. As slider misses inside here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
As if it wasn't hard enough to try to pick up some of these pitches from these Revs hitters, Gomez comes at the Blue Crabs kind of a 3/4 arm angle from the right side, just a little deception, hides the ball well.
As 91-mile-an-hour fastball fouled back, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gomez making his 6th appearance against the Blue Crabs. He's 0-1 with a 1.80 ERA. He's 1 for 1 in save opportunities, though. He's also picked up 10 strikeouts in 5 innings of work against Southern Maryland this season. The Revs already have 8 strikeouts on the line today. 2 of those were Allen. Looking to avoid the hat trick as the 1-2 is lined out towards center. Witherspoon had him played that way, though, as he drifts into the right center gap and makes the catch for out number 1. Great defensive alignment there for the Revolution as Witherspoon had him shifted that way and is right there to make the play. Jesse Beal up and throwing in the Blue Crabs bullpen. He will likely work the 8th. Setup man Zach Thornton and closer Cody Epley unlikely to throw if the score stays where it is tonight, as this series is 5 games in 5 days. Zach Cohn with a high fly ball in foul territory. The third baseman Simpson gives a look, but that gets out of play. The other series, the Liberty Division Championship, underway as well, and a commanding lead for the Somerset Patriots. They won the first half in the Liberty Division. They did the same thing Southern Maryland did, which was elect to take the last 3 games at home. So they had to travel to Bethpage Ballpark and have jumped to a 7-1 advantage as Cohn fouls this one off as well. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Patriots with a 7-1 lead. They got to choose this year. Last year they won the second half and won the first 2 games at home before getting swept on the road in 3 straight and falling out. Didn't want to have that happen again, so they take the final 3, and it looks like it's paying off as they're highly likely going to win the first game. Breaking ball here, swung on and missed as Cohn is down on strikes. That's the hat trick for him. He struck out 3 times, and that will turn the lineup back over to the top. Jose Lozada coming up for his 4th cut. He's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Lozada up now with hoping to get something going against Gomez from the left side as opposed to the first two batters who were right-handers. Perhaps he'll be able to see some of this, I guess, deceptive stuff from Gomez better.
Lozada, the switch-hitting utility man, playing third base tonight. As Gomez kicks and delivers broken bat. This one with some wicked spin on it up the middle. Bare hand effort from Silva. He can't get there, and Lozada is aboard with a single. A broken bat there, and that ball was on the right side of the mound when it rolled past and took a left turn. Yelled NASCAR on its way towards the shortstop. The second baseman Silva tried for the bare hand, unable to get it.
Lozada was the first batter of the game. He almost had a swinging bunt that just happened to go foul. And here, that ball couldn't get past the pitcher's mound at first, and it ends up with more English on it than distance, and he's on first base.
So he keeps the inning alive. Good speed on the base pass as a breaking ball catches the inside corner to Nate Sampson. Good pitch there as he went right at Sampson and had it snap back across the inside. Front door. Sampson trying to keep the inning alive for L.J. Hose. As Gomez sets at his shoulders, delivers 0-1. That one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now would be a great time, in my opinion, for the first home run as a Blue Crab for Nate Sampson. Gomez sets for the 1-1. Breaking ball once more goes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sampson is 0 for 2. He did walk in his last at-bat. As Gomez steps off the back to clean his cleats a little bit.
Cleaning his cleats. He changes up his delivery every so often with a little bit of hesitation, so his footwork has to be of the utmost, you would think.
Center fielder Witherspoon is shifted towards the opposite field gap as Gomez goes right back to that pitch we saw for strike 1. Exact same thing here, gets it for strike 2. A huge gap in left center as Alonzo Harris does not follow Witherspoon's shift. If Sampson can find that gap, Lozada can run for days. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as Gomez sets at the shoulders and delivers fastball low. The Revolution were walking to the dugout. Literally every single player on their team was walking to the dugout.
I'm sure every Revolution fan was also walking to the dugout. They also sounded like they wanted strike 3 called there.
I've disagreed with a lot of things tonight, and that can be added to the list.
They've made the list.
So payoff pitch, Lozada will get a lead off of first. He's off on the pitch, 3-2, misses as well. The exact same spot, and that is called ball 4. I'm looking around the press box, I'm looking around the stands, and there's a lot of hands in the air. And I think that that's really described how this night has gone for this 4-man crew. I'll tell you who's doing a fantastic job. Derek Moshe, the second base umpire. Shout out to Derek Moshe. Nobody has yelled at him yet, and that makes him the only umpire on this crew that has happened with.
He hasn't missed a beat out there watching the action that everyone else is doing.
I think he's had a couple of fielder's choice calls, maybe a double play or so. The caught stealing, I actually lied. Derek Moshe did get yelled at on the caught stealing. They thought Telvin Nash was in safely.
Nobody's safe.
So nobody has avoided conversation as the pitching coach, Fletcher, comes out for a conference and makes Speranza walk to the mound and tell him to leave, and then has some words for him. But tying run is aboard on first. Jose Lozada is on second. Blue Crabs trail by 2, and the go-ahead run. L.J. Hose digs into the box. Nobody holding at second. A good lead for Lozada as Gomez delivers that same slider on the inside corner and gets ahead. No balls and 1 strike. He starts that pitch right at the knees of a right-handed batter, and it snaps back across the inside. We saw it twice against Sampson. Chase Hutchinson up and throwing for the Revs as Hose with a line drive towards the gap. Lozada's being waved around. He's going to score. That's going to get to the wall. Sampson on his way. The throw to the relay man. No throw to the plate. L.J. Hose, a 2 RBI double, and the Blue Crabs have tied the game here in the top of the 8th.
We just spoke about how that same gap was wide open for Nate Sampson, and
LJ Hose clearly put it right where they weren't. The fielders had to converge in deep left center field to pick up that ball just to get it back in time to keep Hose from a triple.
LJ Hose was 0 for 3 and gets the job done, and that is going to make a lot of people in this ballpark upset, as they thought Sampson struck out twice, but instead, here we are with a tie ball game and the go-ahead run in scoring position. Michael Snyder up, first base open. How do you pitch to Michael Snyder right now with first base open? But there's no signal from the dugout, and they're going to do it.
Well, I mean, as Manager Mark Mason must see something.
Gomez gets a fastball across at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Hose was fired up at second. Somebody that doesn't normally show a lot of emotion was throwing his arms wildly at second base, get towards the dugout. He's got great speed out there. Nobody really holding him, so he's got a huge lead as Gomez readies for the pitch to Snyder. A slider off the plate away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hose needs to be very careful. The second baseman, Silva, is ever so slightly creeping over, and he's halfway to third. We've seen it once this year. The catcher will come up and throw behind Hose at second and get him. So he needs to be careful. 1-1 pitch. Snyder through the hole on the left side off the glove of Simpson, as that one's an incredible stop from Chase Simpson. I can't believe that. I had already said through the hole when Simpson somehow got a piece of it. It's going to be ruled a hit for Snyder, but Simpson saves a run, in my opinion. Hose was on his way around third when that tipped off of his glove, and that will bring out Mason. The day is done for Gomez, as Mark Mason will go to the bullpen. Chase Hutchinson will get the call here. We'll get you the details on Hutchinson as Devin Rodriguez comes to the plate when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. And we are back inside People's Bank Park. What a game we have on our hands. 3-3 as Devin Rodriguez will face Chase Hutchinson. Swings through a first pitch fastball. No balls and 1 strike. Blue Crabs have rallied for 2 runs in this inning. A 2 RBI double from LJ Hose tied the game. He's at third. Michael Snyder's at first. And Hutchinson's going to have to put out the fire against one of the best hitters in the Atlantic League statistically. Rodriguez with a .364 average coming into play. Swings. Foul ball off the foot of the catcher, Tejeda. Although he's 0 for 3 tonight, coming into play, Rodriguez was second on the team with a .478 average against the York Revolution this year. In 11 games, he was 22 for 46, as he's going to try to come through in a lefty-lefty matchup here, but he's behind no balls and 2 strikes. Jesse Beal has sat down in the bullpen, and Zach Thornton is now up and throwing.
You have to speak to how well that play was made by Chase Simpson at third base in the last at-bat, keeping Hose from scoring flat out, keeping the ball from tracking down into left field, potentially a double for Snyder.
Hutchinson set at the chest for the 0-2, kicks and delivers, chopper towards second. Silva will wait back on it and fire on to first. That will end the inning. But the damage was done against Ricardo Gomez. A 2 RBI double from L.J. Hose has tied this game. It's a new ball game as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Blue Crabs put up 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. No errors. They leave 2 on base. Jesse Beal is going to be the one that gets the call. As he comes in from the bullpen, he'll work the 8th. The heart of the lineup, 3, 4, 5, due up when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network. Be sure to join us at select Saturday home games throughout the season as the Blue Crabs light up the Southern Maryland night sky with post-game Saturday night firework extravaganzas. For more information on this event or any other exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs want to congratulate Ryan Mulhern on being named the designated hitter on the Blue Crabs 10-year team. Mulhern was originally drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the 11th round of the 2003 amateur draft. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2011 when he hit .348 with 10 home runs in his first season with the team. In 2 seasons with the Blue Crabs, Mulhern collected 19 home runs, 65 RBIs, and scored 53 runs while appearing in 80 games.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to thank Apple Spice Junction for their partnership for the 2017 season. Be sure to check out Apple Spice's unique box delivery services, with breakfast offerings ranging from pastries and fruit to gourmet eggs and seasoned potatoes. Or you can check out Apple Spice for lunch, with sandwiches featuring freshly baked bread, fine meats, cheeses, and crisp veggies. Or you can try one of their homemade soups, healthy salad, or freshly baked treats. Ask how they can cater your next event. For more information, you can visit them online at www.applespice.com or visit their location at 6750 Crane Highway, located in La Plata.
Hey, this is Jesse Beal, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Back inside Peoples Bank Park, a new ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-3 the score, as the man you just heard, right-hander Jesse Beal, is on for the 8th. With the heart of the lineup coming up, Ruby Silva. Swings and fouls off the first pitch. Silva came up last inning with a runner on first, but Jared Mitchell was picked off by Rob Carson to end that frame. And now will reset his at-bat. Beal making his team-high 60th appearance of the year, 6-4 with a .335 ERA. Silva squares, but pulls back, 1 ball and 1 strike.
It really bears mentioning that Beal has a .335 ERA on the season, but he has a .235 ERA here this season against York, a full point lower. In 1 and 2, and in 7 2/3 innings, he's given up 7 hits, 10 strikeouts though against York though. So he again has also had some good success this season against York.
1-1 to Silva, a high fly ball towards left center, but that's going to hang up plenty for Corey Vaughn, who will easily make the catch for out number 1. A lot of the Blue Crabs bullpen has actually pitched really well against the Revolution. The team has a .439 ERA against York, but a lot of that has come from the starters, as you see guys that aren't typically that bad, pretty bad against the Revolution. Cody Epley the closer, with a 4.50 ERA. He's sitting at like a 2.1, I believe, on the year. 2.4, excuse me, after that last outing. I forgot he gave up 2 runs in the final. Beal goes to the breaking ball. First pitch to Telvin Nash, fouled off, no balls and 1 strike. You also got Darryl Thompson at an 8.71 ERA. That's not something you typically see. Eric Fornatero, who's no longer active, at a 27, and Craig Stem with a 12.6, also contributing to the damage. But a lot of the bullpen, 235 from Beal, a 142 from Carson, a 108 from Runyon, a 1 from Thornton. As broken bat here on a line drive towards short. That's going to get past Garcia and into left field. A broken bat single from Telvin Nash. And the Revs have the go-ahead run aboard with 1 out.
The second best place for Telvin Nash to be, other than sitting on his backside in the dugout, is only at first base with all that power.
Nash picks up the multi-hit game, but a pair of singles, and I think Southern Maryland will accept that one. So Beal still in the stretch. He's another reliever that works out of the stretch full time, sets at the chest and delivers. A fastball outside, check swing, but no swing from Burgess. An interesting matchup here. Burgess, we mentioned earlier, 5'11". And on the other side, Jesse Beal, the tallest player on the Blue Crabs, is listed at 6'6", 245, an imposing figure on the mound. And a power arm against a power bat. We'll see who wins out. As Beal sets a look at first, now delivers. A fastball in the dirt, swung on and missed. That one sat at 92 miles an hour.
That's just devastating stuff coming out of the hand of Beal. We said it before, a big pitcher like that, like Gabby before him, coming off, high angle, arm angle, and then they bring that ball down. It's tough, especially for a batter who's slightly shorter than average, like Burgess, to pick that up.
Beal has given up just 1 earned run in his last 10 outings. He's working on 3 straight scoreless. The last run he gave up was in that middle game of the series against York on September 13th. He allowed 1 run on 2 hits. Took the loss in that matchup as well. But Beal, he's been, in my opinion, one of the most consistent pitchers out of that Blue Crabs bullpen. His ERA has sat no higher than 3.8 and really no lower than 2 throughout the year. And that 2 came way back early in the first half. As Burgess with a line drive here into center field. Back-to-back singles, and the Revolution are looking to respond to the 2 in the top half of the 8th from the Blue Crabs. Thornton will quickly get back up and throw. We mentioned towards the end of last inning that Thornton had gotten up to throw. He sat back down when Beal came to the mound. And Luis Allen with a conference to Beal will now head back to the plate. And Isaiah Tejeda coming up. 1 for 2, with a single, a walk, and a run scored. A good opportunity for the Revolution here. Good news, Tejeda has rolled into a team-high 19 double plays this year. Now would be a good time for that.
This would be a tremendous time for that. You got a prototypical hitter in that position who likes, whose speed does not allow him to leg out very many ground balls.
As Beal delivers a fastball on the outside corner, no balls and 1 strike. Not a lot of speed at first either, as Burgess not known for that, and honestly, Telvin Nash at second not known for that either. The Revs have relatively slow 4, 5, 6 in their lineup. As Beal goes low in the zone here, swallowed up behind the plate by Luis Allen. A good stop from him. We've seen that a couple of times today.
That's a really big stop by Allen, because even with slow base runners, they need to keep them at first and second and allow the double play to still be in order.
Allen heads back out to the mound again. Not sure if him and Beal were not on the same page there, and that could have potentially led to the mix-up that forced Allen to drop to his knees, but they'll look to reset. With a runner on second, they are throwing down the mixed signals. So could have gotten crossed up a little bit there. Nobody holding at second. A good lead for Nash as Beal comes set. Nobody holding at first either. As this one's popped up foul out of play on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Travis Witherspoon awaits on deck. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Tejada on the year against Southern Maryland has been pretty solid at the plate. 273, has 7 RBIs as well. As Beal delivers, this one's fouled off the other way once more and out of play. Witherspoon pretty much right there with Tejada. He's at a 278 batting average against the Blue Crabs. As the hometown crowd trying to get behind their team, you can feel the tension in this stadium after that 2-run top of the 8th. Everything kind of tensed up in this park. Ground ball towards second. Sampson to Garcia. On to Rodriguez, a 4-6-3 double play. Just what the doctor ordered. The ground ball and the 20th double play of Tejada this year ends the 8th inning. The Blue Crabs have all the momentum, and we're headed to the 9th. They're looking to put up a run and set up Cody Epley, Corey Vaughn, Edwin Garcia, Luis Allen. Due up when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey everyone, this is Sam Runyon from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us at the park every Wednesday home game to enjoy Wednesday Pub Grub Night. Every Wednesday will feature $3 Coors Light cans, $5 draft beer, and $5 Pub Grub specials. For more information on this or any other exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center in Waldorf is your new sponsor of the Silver Sluggers program on Tuesday nights all season long. Silver Sluggers members receive tickets to every Tuesday night game, including the 4th of July, a commemorative t-shirt, they get to play baseball bingo during the games, and much more. Guests can even learn more about how CBDTC can help you at their table located on the concourse every Tuesday night. For more information on the Silver Sluggers, visit somdbluecrabs.com. And for more information on the wonderful life-saving work that Dr. Milo and his staff do, call them today at 301-638-1007. Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center. High quality, compassionate care, close to home.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Jim Ed Warden on being named the closer on the Blue Crabs 10-year team. Warden was originally drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the 6th round of the 2001 MLB Amateur Draft. He signed with Southern Maryland in 2009, where he picked up 13 saves with a 1.12 ERA in 17 appearances. Over 6 seasons with the team, Warden appeared in 284 games and collected a Blue Crabs record 134 saves. Chase Hutchinson back on the mound for the Revolution after throwing just 3 pitches to retire Devin Rodriguez in the 8th. Hutchinson returns and delivers a fastball to Corey Vaughn for a called strike, no balls and 1 strike. Vaughn is 0 for 3, a pair of flyouts and a strikeout for him to this point. Hutchinson works out of the stretch, winds and delivers. Vaughn hammers one down the left field line, but out in front. 3rd time we've seen that from Corey Vaughn tonight. He's right on top of it, but a little bit too far out in front.
One of these times he's going to not have to cheat so bad, and that ball is going to be rocketed down the left field line.
He was out in front of an off-speed pitch there. That's been what we've seen consistently. They throw him the changeup, it hangs up, and he's out in front. 0-2, he goes to a slider at the feet of Vaughn, who wisely lays off. That's a good pitch, though. That's right where you want to bury that 0-2 curveball. Start it in the zone and bury it right at the feet of the hitter. Give them no chance to make contact.
Well, Hutchinson comes from such a unique arm angle as a lefty that it still can't be easy for the righty Vaughn to pick him up.
That would explain why he's been one of the best pitchers on the Revolution staff this year and an all-star, as he kicks and delivers that exact same pitch and the exact same result. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hutchinson has the lowest ERA on the team for York. He's sitting at a 135, 4-3 with 5 saves as well. He's been used all over. And my goodness, does he have quite the streak of scoreless outings as he sets for the 2-2. That one misses low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hutchinson has not allowed a run, not an earned run, a single run since the 4th of July.
Wow. Wow, literally half a year ago. Half a season.
Payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and Vaughn is down on strikes to start the inning. 27 straight scoreless appearances for Chase Hutchinson. So Vaughn down on strikes. That will bring in Edwin Garcia. That was the 10th strikeout of the game for the Revolution pitchers. Garcia digs in. He's 0 for 3 and takes first pitch. Called strike. Garcia has struggled against the Revs this year, hitting just 171 coming into play, and has continued that trend so far. Garcia with a chopper up the middle. That's backhanded by Silva. He'll turn and fire to first. 2 up, 2 down for Hutchinson in the inning as he's looking to make it 28 straight. So both of the runs in the 8th were charged to Ricardo Gomez. Gomez goes just 2/3 of an inning. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, before having to give way to Hutchinson to face the lefty Rodriguez. That took just 3 pitches to get a ground ball. So Hutchinson sent back out as one of the top relievers on this staff anyway to work this inning, and he's got 2 up, 2 down so far, and his former teammate Luis Allen digs into the plate. Now you know Allen would love to get to his former team and be the difference in this game if given the opportunity.
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in Luis Allen, but I'm sure his competitive fires would love to do some damage here against York.
Cody Epley up and throwing in the Blue Crabs bullpen. As Hutchinson ready for the 1-0. Delivers. Allen swings over a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Allen was not getting everyday playing time in York, and really how could he with the man behind the plate, Tejeda here, coming off of a season where he hit 350, and he kept that up. He hit 300 this year. There's really just no option. So the Blue Crabs, who were short on catcher after a couple of struggles and some injuries earlier this year, they went out and traded for Luis Allen. 1-1, a fastball comes inside. Allen hops out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think it was a real underrated move that this organization made early to address a real issue. Obviously, the catcher is almost like the quarterback of your infield, so he's led a lot of positive change towards both the pitching staff and the defense.
Hutchinson set for the 2-1 to Allen. He kicks and delivers. This one flared out towards shallow center. Witherspoon on the run. That's going to hang up long enough as he will get there to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Hutchinson. He retires all 4 men he's faced in the game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Blue Crabs will look to avoid the walk-off here. An exciting game 1. If this is what the series is going to look like, I can't wait for a couple more of this, but we've got to get through the bottom of the 9th. Witherspoon, Dent, Simpson, due up. Zach Thornton on his way to the mound when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack Team Store, anchored by EC Sports. The Team Store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can even purchase local art from our Southern Maryland Artist Showcase. You can visit our Team Store anytime 9 to 5, as well as during all home games. The team store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the Store tab. Blue Crabs fans, your Blue Crabs are playoff bound, and on Friday night, September 22nd, it'll start raining crabs. That night, there will be a fireworks display, a Thunderstick giveaway to really bring the noise, and a special appearance by former Orioles and Blue Crabs great Andy Etchebarren. Get your playoff tickets today at the E-Trepid box office by calling 301-638-9788 or anytime at somdbluecrabs.com. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are celebrating their 10-year anniversary in style this season at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, but they cannot do it without you. Fans can enjoy a day at their all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion in one of 16 luxury suites, or just relaxing with friends and family anytime at any of their 70 home games all summer long. The Kids Park keeps the kids happy and active, while Mom and Dad can enjoy great food and cold drinks all night before stopping in the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack souvenir store. Lights over Southern Maryland fireworks on select Saturdays, player autographs and kids run the bases on Sundays, and much more mean you're an honorary member of Crustacean Nation USA and you don't even know it. Call today at 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information, schedules, to purchase tickets, or plan your next event.
Hey, this is Mike Snyder, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Headed to the bottom of the ninth, the Revolution looking to walk it off here in Game 1 as Zach Thornton takes the mound and delivers first pitch fastball high. Thornton features a sinking fastball, a slider, and a very rarely used changeup. He also has a flat fastball, four-seamer, but that's very rarely used as well as he gets Witherspoon swinging through. 1 ball and 1 strike. Thornton making his 48th appearance of the season, 2-4 with a 3.62 ERA. As he comes set at the belt, kicks and delivers. This one's rolled towards third. Lozada will field it just foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Thornton's one of those Blue Crabs pitchers and relievers who've done so well against York this year. In 9 innings, he's got a 1 ERA, giving up 11 hits and just 1 walk.
Grant Sides is up and throwing in the Revolution bullpen. Should this one continue on, Hutchinson has thrown an inning and a third. I imagine he is done, as Thornton throws a fastball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thornton has been very hit and miss throughout the year. He's been hit as of late, though. 6 straight scoreless appearances for him to finish out his regular season. The right-hander sets for the 2-2 and delivers. Fastball low. Allen pops up to throw to third, trying to earn a call, but doesn't get it, and the count runs full. Thornton, the normal setup man, but in a non-save opportunity and on the road, you see him in the bottom of the ninth saving Cody Epley for potential extra innings as the payoff pitch fouled off. And we'll do a 3-2 once more. Epley is continuing to stretch down the line. We mentioned he was throwing in the top of the ninth. If the Blue Crabs put up a run at any point in extra innings, assuming we get there, Epley will come on to close. But in the meantime, it's mix and match until they get to the point where they can use their closer.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get to the soft underbelly of anybody's bullpen, but that's the time of the game we're getting to here.
Thornton comes set for the payoff pitch once more. Fastball swung on and missed. Witherspoon is down on strikes. A very big at-bat there for Thornton, as he could not afford to walk the leadoff man. Good news for the Blue Crabs. They still have Evan Reed available, a hard-throwing right-hander. He's only worked for the Blue Crabs twice, but he hasn't allowed a run. Craig Stem is also available, and he can go multiple innings. And then obviously Epley's still available, but that's it. David Russo got the start in the last game of the regular season on Sunday, So he hasn't had his normal amount of rest. He is not available out of the pen today.
That's a bit of a hit because he represents the only other lefty out of the pen, too.
Check swing from Ryan Dent on the first pitch. That's sent down to Tehran at first, and he went around. No balls and 1 strike. Good to see that one have gone around because I can't imagine that Devin Rodriguez down there would have been real happy. He'd have probably stood up for Michael Snyder in that situation, who had a very similar check swing earlier. 0-1 pitch rolled towards short. Garcia's right there, and one shortstop grounds out to the other. 2 up, 2 down. As Thornton is working quickly through this inning, that's exactly what you want to see. Right before we got back on air, what did I say to you? Not call a walk-off today.
Exactly. And Zach Thornton's doing his best Zach Thornton impression late in this season here. He's being very, limited pitches, getting it done, and not giving up a lot of extra pitches and base runners.
Thornton has one more out to get, though, before we can call it a complete success. As the number 9 hitter, Chase Simpson, digs in and fouls off first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Simpson, we mentioned earlier, had the dagger home run against the Lancaster Barnstormers. So you'd like to see Thornton just get through Simpson. Unfortunately, if he does, that we head to the 10th in a situation with Alonzo Harris, Jared Mitchell, and Ruby Silva. Not a win-win for any means, but the Blue Crabs do have some good speed coming up to lead off their inning as Thornton goes outside 1-1. A look ahead if we get there. Obviously still time to go. But you've got Zach Cohn, who served in 10 games at the top of the lineup. He'll be leading off the inning. And then you've got the actual top of the lineup, Lozada and Nate Sampson, who have jump-started the offense in the 8th already. So we'd like to see them come up. But Thornton's got to get this one more out. He works out of the stretch. He sets out his belt and now delivers. The sinking fastball comes inside to the lefty. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's nearly similar to the pitch we saw from Gabby Hernandez earlier. Hernandez throws a straight two-seamer that comes in at a lefty and comes back across the inside corner. Thornton's pitch does the same thing, but it also dives down. That's how you end up with the ground balls like you got off the bat of Ryan Dent.
And just with a lot of heavy ground ball pitchers, that's how you know he's doing things right.
The 2-1 swung on and missed as Thornton has the count even 2-2 with 2 outs here. Just trying to get through this 9th inning and move on with the series. The final score in Somerset, they finish off their 7-1 victory, so they hold a 1-0 lead against the Long Island Ducks in that series. Same setup. They'll play game 2 tomorrow, as will we, as Thornton winds for the 2-2. Fastball foul tipped. Allen can't hang on. As we will set up and do it once more. And that one blew back Allen a little bit. A little bit of speed coming back at the catcher there.
That's a tough one if you're Luis Allen because for as many times as you take weird tips and angles, both from hits and pitches, you can't catch all of them.
The home plate umpire, Dave Speranza, does his job once more and buys some time for the catcher. We mentioned that a little bit earlier. So now the pitcher and the batter reset for the 2-2 once more. Thornton sets at the belt and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Thornton with a 1-2-3 inning. He picks up 2 strikeouts along the way. And we are headed to extra innings in Game 1 of the playoffs. Can't imagine a better situation than free baseball and playoff baseball. It's getting dramatic here. We're headed to the 10th. Zach Cohn, Jose Lozada, Nate Sampson due up when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Hey fans, be sure to join us at the ballpark every Tuesday home game for our new Tuesdays. During these games, concessions will be offering fans $2 pretzels, popcorn, and peanuts. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
With their new location at 3016 Waldorf Marketplace in Waldorf, Grill 13 now makes it even easier to enjoy their Irish fare and great drink specials every day. At Grill 13, they believe in good food, good drinks, good people, coupled with extraordinary customer service and cleanliness to make you feel part of the family. Whether lunch, dinner, or a round of drinks after the long workday, visiting Grill 13 is always a great experience. Feel free to come relax with family, friends, or even fly solo with a premium cocktail, our handmade pulled pork, fresh wings, bangers and mash, or any one of their tasty dishes. Then indulge in one of Grill 13's famous premium handmade Sugar Lips desserts. Call 301-645-2983 or visit grillwithane13.com.
The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs would like to congratulate Christian Lopez on being voted by fans as the starting catcher on the Blue Crabs' 10-year team. Lopez was drafted in the 6th round of the 2003 MLB Amateur Draft by the Tampa Bay Rays. Lopez signed with Southern Maryland in 2010, where he hit .274 with 7 home runs and 7 stolen bases in his debut season. Lopez was also named an Atlantic League All-Star in what proved to be his final season with the team, 2012. In 285 career games for the Blue Crabs, Lopez collected 20 home runs, 106 RBIs, and 26 stolen bases.
Hey, this is Zach Cohn, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Welcome back inside People's Bank Park as we are headed to extra innings in Game 1 of this 5-game series between the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the home York Revolution. Couple of changes. York turns to the bullpen. Right-hander Grant Sides is on, and the Blue Crabs pinch hit here in the number 9 spot. Tucker Nathans will come on over Zach Cohn, as Cohn finishes his day 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Nathans digs in now. And the 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nathans on the regular season went .233 average, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. He homered on the 16th against the New Britain Bees. That was his last of the year, as the 1-1 misses high, 2 balls and 1 strike. So after 3 strikeouts from Cohn, Frisbee decides to turn to Nathans to get the job done here. I imagine in the bottom half of this inning, another switch would be made where Nathans would move to left and Hose would move to right, as Nathans has played the majority of his time in left, but really can play anywhere in the outfield or infield.
Yeah.
As the 2-1 swung on and foul tipped back, 2-2.
Worst things could be done than to try to fire up the bottom of that lineup with Tucker Nathans, who's never been cheated by a fastball in his entire career. So
Nathans has a massive swing. It's a very long swing, but when he makes contact, it's hard contact.
Well, I'm playing the matchup. I got to bring in a lefty here against this righty. Got to think that played in the mind of manager James Frisbee.
2-2 fastball swung on and missed. Sides goes to 94 there. And that's enough for out number 1. A lively fastball from Grant Sides. Sides making just his 6th appearance for the Revolution. He's 0-1 with a 9 ERA and 5 appearances for York this season. He worked 3 scoreless, including 2 against the Blue Crabs, to start his Revolution career, and then struggled against the Lancaster Barnstormers. He allowed 1 run in a third of an inning and then 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. He comes set way above his head and then kicks and delivers. First pitch to Jose Lozada, a called strike. Catches the knees there. No balls and 1 strike. Lozada doesn't necessarily agree, as he has some words, but digs back in. He's 1 for 3. He singled in the 8th, a 2-out infield broken bat single that proved to be a huge part of this game. As Sides winds for the 0-1, another fastball in the 90s blown by, no balls and 2 strikes. Lozada ended up getting aboard. Nate Sampson walked behind him to put 2 men on, as Evan Reed up and throwing in the Blue Crabs bullpen now. And then the 2 RBI double from L.J. Hose tied the game.
Really makes you wonder what this pitcher's kryptonite is.
0-2, a flare out down the left field line. The third baseman and left fielder give chase, but that's up out of play. And I can tell you what the kryptonite is. Glad you asked. It is walks. He did not walk a batter in his first 3 games. As I mentioned, 3 scoreless to start his Revolution career. And then he walked 2 1/3 of an inning and 2 2/3 of an inning. Has 4 walks in 4 innings. And he's given up 4 runs in innings where he does walk a batter. But unfortunately, he's ahead of Lozada, no balls and 2 strikes. As he comes set up above his head and delivers a lively fastball way up, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's exactly that lively fastball that makes me wonder what he could possibly be doing wrong half of the time. Less than half of the time that has been so detrimental to his overall success. But if getting him wild, getting him rattled is what it takes, then that's what Lozada needs to do.
You hear a train out in the background as the 1-2's rolled out towards second. Ruby Silva is there. Throw a little off target, but a beautiful pick out of the dirt by Telvin Nash saves the air. And 2 up, 2 down in the inning. Sides was a 12th round pick of the Cleveland Indians out of Samford, not Stanford, Samford University in 2011. He entered this season with a 3.28 lifetime ERA. He was acquired on September 11th from the Kansas City T-Bones of the American Association after the 28-year-old posted a 2.40 ERA over 45 appearances for KC. Bases empty, 2 down. Nate Sampson in the box. As Sampson pushes one the other way. That's going to get out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Nate Sampson doing what he does pretty much every at-bat. Swinging on the first pitch. Sampson loves to be aggressive in the count. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored tonight.
Those 2 walks are huge. Obviously, one coming around to score.
Oh, 1 fastball swung on and missed. 92 on the gun that time. And he's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Sampson would love to get on base and extend the inning for L.J. Hose, who already has a pair of RBIs. And against the Revs this season has been fantastic. 5 for 9 coming into play today. That's extended out to 6 for 13. Counting today's numbers as the 0-2 flared out towards short. Ryan Dent leaps and hangs on to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning from Grant Sides as we will head to the bottom of the 10th. Reed on his way in from the pen. He'll be tasked with getting us to the 11th. But he's got a tough part of the lineup. 1, 2, 3, top of the order due up when we come back on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
The season's almost over, but that just means that it's time to book your next corporate, family, or holiday event in Regency Furniture Stadium's spacious and luxurious Legends Club. Catered group events for up to 160 people can easily and quickly be booked for almost any reason all off-season, including holiday parties. Call the group sales department today at 301-638-9788 for more info or to schedule your next event.
The Blue Crabs would like to thank Domino's Pizza for their sponsorship for the 2017 season. Be sure to try Domino's new stuffed cheesy bread or their oven-baked sandwiches, featured on their 2 for $5.99 menu. To find a location near you or to place an order online, please visit www.domino's.com. Domino's Pizza, the official pizza sponsor of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs.
At their location at 173 St. Patrick's Drive, Grill 13 makes it easy to enjoy their Irish fare and great drink specials every day. At Grill 13, they believe in good food, good drinks, good people, coupled with extraordinary customer service and cleanliness to make you feel part of the family. Whether lunch, dinner, or a round of drinks after the long workday, visiting Grill 13 is always a great experience. Feel free to come relax with family, friends, or even fly solo with a premium cocktail, our handmade pulled pork, fresh wings, bangers and mash, or any one of their tasty dishes. Then indulge in one of Grill 13's famous premium handmade Sugar Lips desserts. Call 301-645-2983 or visit grillwithane13.com.
Hey, this is Cody Hebner, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.
Another new pitcher on for the Blue Crabs, as a game like this does call for you to go as deep into the bullpen as you can, with Evan Reed heading to the mound. Just two players remain in the pen for Southern Maryland. Reed has the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the 10th, as the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Evan Reed making just his third appearance for Southern Maryland this year. He's worked 2 scoreless innings so far, has allowed just 1 hit and picked up 3 strikeouts. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Check swing from Harris as he fights it off foul. He's upset with himself outside the right-handed batter's box, as that was definitely up and in. One of those innings for Reed did come against the York Revolution, the second game of that 3-game series last week. He works out of the stretch, sets at his chest, and winds for the 1-1. An elevated fastball once more. Harris goes around. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Couldn't lay off the one up in his eyes. And the count goes to 1-2. Reed comes out of the bullpen throwing hard. That one clocked in at 93. Harris chokes way up on the bat now as the 1-2. Another fastball goes outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reed, a former big leaguer on this Blue Crabs squad. He spent parts of 2 seasons in the major leagues with the Detroit Tigers. He sets now for the 2-2 to Alonzo Harris. This one's weakly swung on and slapped foul down the right side. Harris is lucky he was choked way up on the bat there, because he was way behind that fastball. Didn't want to swing at it. It was up out of the zone again, but the 93 in his eyes tempted him too much.
That would have been a masterful piece of hitting if that ball had just been a few feet fairer for Alonzo Harris.
Rodriguez and Lozada are both hugging the line, and the middle infielders are pinched up the middle, so big holes on either side, but proves to be right. As you said, that one was close to the line. Ground ball towards second. Sampson is there and fires on to first. A big out, number 1, to keep Alonzo Harris off the base pass. And that will bring in Jared Mitchell. Mitchell 1 for 3 with a walk, a stolen base, and then he got picked off to end the 7th inning.
And how big is that pickoff looking from at the hand of Robert Carson earlier on? Who knows what could have happened in that inning had it not ended there.
The hometown crowd trying to rally behind their team as Reed kicks and delivers. Fly ball towards left. Hose should have plenty of room to make that play, and he does. That one onto the track, but 2 down in the inning. We mentioned it's just 300 feet down the left field line, so a very shallow side. That didn't sound good off the bat, didn't look good off the bat, but still sent Hose back to the warning track. Going to bring up another dangerous bat, Ruby Silva, heading to the box. Silva is 2 for 4, a triple and a single, as the Revolution have more action in their bullpen. Right-hander Brad Allen up and throwing. Reed misses low here, 1 ball and no strikes. Allen, another nasty arm out of that Revolution bullpen. He's got a sub-3 ERA as well. Reed sets at the chest for the 1-0 and delivers. This one shot the other way. Hose backtracking. He'll have to play that one off the wall. It takes a nasty hop. It's by him. Silva on his way to second. He'll have to hold up there. And the winning run is in scoring position. Hose never had a chance off of that one. A line drive to the shallow wall.
Yeah, Silva really put a sting into that ball. He hit it incidentally right off of the outs marker on their manual scoreboard on what has taken me 10 innings to remember they call the arch nemesis out in left field.
That is correct. The arch nemesis out in left field gives a double to the Revolution as now Telvin Nash coming to the plate. I really want to walk Telvin Nash right here.
I think 4 fingers is in order.
Frisbee is on top, and he will call time, head out to talk to Reed. I think that he might be thinking along the same path here and face Michael Burgess. The only disadvantage that I can see is righty on righty here with Nash, righty and lefty if Burgess comes to the plate. But other than that, I mean, Telvin Nash hits both sides better than Michael Burgess does statistically.
It just tells you the respect they have for Nash as a hitter, that they could be potentially looking to put him on base instead of facing a guy with an advantage from that side of the plate he bats from.
Silva serves as the winning run on second. He has 3 hits in the ball game. He's played a vital part for the Revolution down this late run, and no different tonight, as it looks like the Blue Crabs will go after Telvin Nash after the conference on the mound. Reed is going to show faith in his fastball, I imagine, and Frisbee is going to show faith in Reed and let him go after the righty-righty. He sets for the first pitch and delivers a fastball high as the chants of Telvin break out around the ballpark. Nash has been quite the talent this season for the Revolution, as he is your prototypical cleanup hitter, a big bopper at the plate.
It's much easier to chant Telvin than it is to chant big issue.
Fastball catches the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Nash in his 3rd season with the Revolution. He's done that thing where he comes to the Atlantic League, tears it up, and then gets picked up. He first appeared in 2015, hit .270 with 13 home runs in 64 games. Got picked up by the Chicago White Sox to start 2016. Then came back to the Revs, .275, 15 home runs. Got picked up by the White Sox again as Reed sets for the 1-1. Fastball high, 2 balls and 1 strike. So the White Sox let him go and then picked him back up. Or excuse me, he started 2016 with the Revolutions before getting picked up by the White Sox. Stayed with them to start this year. Came back down now to the Atlantic League. Has hit 16 home runs in 48 games. He has struggled with the White Sox, though, so it's not like his numbers are translating. He hit just .205 this year with the between high A and double A. Reed delivers a fastball outside. 93 miles an hour, goes into the left-handed batter's box. 3 balls and 1 strike. Not the count you want to see against Telvin Nash, but the Blue Crabs will continue to go after him. They're not willing to back down from the powerful right-hander.
It would seem they're pitching around Telvin Nash without throwing up the 4-finger automatic intentional walk. We'll have to see how this 3-1 pitch goes.
Reed is set. He kicks and delivers a high fly ball towards deep left field. Vaughn is back at the track. He climbs the wall and reaches up. That one is out of here. A 2-run walk-off home run for Telvin Nash. And the York Revolution take game 1. 5-3 the final score. Nash comes around. The cannon goes off. And the Revolution are victorious. A traumatic game 1. Everything you could hope for in a playoff game between these two. But the Blue Crabs fall just short in this one. Unfortunately, they just didn't hit the check marks we talked about pregame. They didn't out-hit their opponents. They didn't score first. They didn't score more than 3. And it comes back to hurt them in this one. A 2-run walk-off win for Telvin Nash and the York Revolution. But again, everything you could really wish for in a playoff game, in my opinion. It just didn't quite work out on the Blue Crabs side.
Yeah, I'm sure the Blue Crabs are going to get back to the dugout and get back to the clubhouse. And they're going to be dissatisfied with the way that the Bats, didn't come alive until much later in the game, really being held to 2 hits well into the 6th and 7th inning. And they're going to find that, that's not going to cut it. They didn't cut it in the second half, and that's not going to cut it in the postseason. You have to be satisfied with the pitching. Up until the last frame, giving up only 3 runs.
So unfortunately, the Blue Crabs dropped game 1. It was everything you could hope for and sets up a fantastic rest of this series. Tomorrow, All-Star Daryl Thompson goes to the mound, 9-7 with a 386. He'll match up with Victor Mateo. Mateo 6-9 with a 4.38 ERA on the year. So the numbers point to the Blue Crabs tomorrow, but they also pointed to the Blue Crabs today. And this one comes up just short. But it sets up an exciting rest of the series. We'll see how everything plays out. We have one more here on the road, and then we return home to Southern Maryland for the last 3. At least game 3, and we'll see the, if necessary, game 4 and 5. Back on tomorrow night. May be joined by my partner Tim Lillis, may not. We'll see how it goes. But Tim, thanks for driving up and joining me tonight. It was a fun game. Didn't go the way we wanted it to, but worse things have happened. It was a good game. I'm happy with the outcome of it. The offense got going late. Hopefully they can string that together tomorrow and Thompson can come in here and shut him down.
I think a superhuman effort from Jake Goss is what is the difference in this game. Obviously, the refs were stymied to only get 5 runs on those 11 hits today. And I think the Blue Crabs, while the Bats didn't get going the way they would have liked overall, it definitely was a positive for the overall game. They were able to come back from some adversity late, and that's exactly what, let's be honest, they haven't been able to always do this year. So it's definitely a good sign to see some life in those Bats late. The bullpen did its part, notwithstanding the walk-off. They definitely did show some overall ability to come in, make some big outs, and that, hopefully they can continue that. Hopefully a Gabby Hernandez start like that is a precursor to what we'll see from Daryl and Brian after him.
So final line score here, Revolution 5-3. 5 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Blue Crabs 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We will be back tomorrow, 6:30 first pitch, live once again at 6:25. In the meantime, thank you for joining us for Game 1, an exciting Game 1 to start the playoffs. Game 2 tomorrow, Thompson versus Mateo. We'll see you here tomorrow night, 6:25 on the Blue Crabs Baseball Network.